So it turns out the audio goes away when I'm tabbed out. But hello, everybody. We are live with a very interesting and probably inappropriate for me. Actually, no. There's some things that I think will make this game great for me, and there are some things that make me think I really should have done my homework before this, and I have actually no excuse for not having done my homework. So, I'll probably say this a couple of times because these sorts of disclosures are important. But this is 6 Ages Ride Like the Wind. It is by a developer called A Sharp Games, and it is published by Kitfox. Kitfox very graciously sent me a press key, or whatever you want to call that. And some of you may remember there was a little announcement about the release date for this game being today. And basically, the reason I mentioned that is it was knowing that this thing was going to be coming up, I really wanted to try the game that sort of preceded this one called King of Dragon Pass. And for some reason, it doesn't seem to play well with my PC, and I know that I just updated my Mac. I believe Catalina has now rendered King of Dragon Pass a game that I can't play on my Mac right now. I need to double check that. Anyways, I had some difficulty playing this game's predecessor, and I really wanted to give it a try because this game is actually, King of Dragon Pass has some really interesting, it has an interesting backstory to it. So it was apparently sort of this sleeper hit. I believe it was released for PC originally, but it really found its stride on mobile, at which point people kind of went back and checked out the PC game. And its influence has been felt on a few games. I know apparently Fallen London and Sunless Sea were rather heavily influenced by it. I can't recall. There was another developer who had mentioned that it was really influential to them, and as soon as I said Sunless Sea, it flew out of my head. Anyways, this is a game that seems to have gotten the attention of a few game developers who've made stuff that I know you, the audience, most likely would have liked. Obviously, I was interested in the game for that reason alone, but of course, the other reason why it's so interesting to me is the connection to Kitfox games. I have played some Kitfox games before, not on stream. Moon Hunters was one that people recommended, and I wanted to try out. And I don't even recall how they got in touch with me, but Kitfox also published that wonderful game Fit for a King. And I wanted to so I don't really like saying this too often because it sort of, it's almost a humble braggy kind of thing, and it's really not. It just kind of communicates how saturated the market for independent games is really. But I am on the verge of declaring bankruptcy in terms of the stuff that I've agreed to cover. And so as a result, I've been really reluctant to try new things, but a few of the ways that people kind of creep in, a major one is to be Canadian. So while A Sharp is an American company, Kitfox Game is Canadian. I believe they're based in Montreal. And so I always want to support stuff like that. And another thing, and it will seem very minor, but honestly, because it's really on the margins that I'll be making these choices, I think it's Victoria is the person who I've been in touch with each time. Incredibly nice in email, and it sounds very dumb, but I can remember, admittedly I was probably a little less kind to this other person than I should have been, but I can remember getting sort of, we're excited to give you an invitation to apply to stream some MOBA because I did Dota 2 years ago. Those are really discouraging because it's kind of I didn't really ask for this, and this was back before I kind of put my email out there. It's I don't know how you got my email, but I'm kind of annoyed that you're doing this because it's clearly not appropriate, and it's kind of like getting a job application and seeing the other business on the tape. Anyways, so not to focus on the negative, but in addition to the fact that I obviously want to talk about how cool Canadian stuff is, although in this case in a publishing role, It really mattered, like being nice to people, even though I'm a super small streamer and I'm probably not really going to move the needle one way or the other. Like, it is the reason why I covered Fit for a King. It is the reason why I'm covering 6 Ages now. I'm sure I would have tried the game eventually, but the fact that I'm doing it on launch day is due in no small part to the fact that the person doing outreach is incredibly pleasant to talk to. And I don't know, it's always important to remember kind of the human element to these things. So well done, Victoria. I hope I don't cover this game poorly. But yeah, in general, Kitfox seems to be doing lots of really interesting things. I know Tanya Short co-authored a book with Tarn Adams about procedural story generation, I think. I have not read it. But obviously they're going to be publishing Dwarf Fortress. Fit for a King was really neat. They clearly are capable of making very interesting games on their own, Moonhunters being the most recent example that I've played. I don't know, it's just really neat to see, stuff that maybe I normally wouldn't have played right away, to sort of see that and to know that there's a Canadian connection there. And of course, there was some very sad news in Ottawa in terms of some local developers being let go by businesses that were really not worthy of their talent, but you can read that in the news. But the big challenge is that Montreal's so good at scooping up all of the talent that I have no idea whether or not that will stay in Ottawa or if they will cross the border into Quebec, where clearly, I mean, also the Night Team 4 developer, Allison Smith, is also based in Montreal. So anyways, there is a little bit of the reasoning behind why I'm playing this. I will mention, some of you may have noticed down below, I have signed up with the Humble Partner Program. We were talking about this a little bit earlier, and I won't spend too much time talking about it. This game is not available on Humble, so if you would like to pick it up, you can get it on Steam or you can get it on GOG. But if you want to pick up the game that was the predecessor, King of Dragon Pass, that is available through the affiliate link, and that can put a little money in my pocket. But this isn't an advertisement for me, this is an advertisement for 6 Ages, or rather me getting into it. I think I've given everybody enough time to get into the stream, so let's watch the intro and carry on. Oh, okay. Well, let's not watch the intro. Let's read the intro. So one of the reasons I wanted to try this game too is it gives me a chance to do a lot of talking. So in 6 Ages, you play generations in the life of a barbarian clan. Every decision becomes part of your clan's saga and echoes in the clan's future advancements. Some choices have immediate effects, but others won't come back to haunt you for years or decades. You are mortals living in a magical world. The world is alive. Every river and rock has a spirit, as does your clan. These spirits sometimes share their magic with humans. The very greatest of spirits are the gods, and the gods are at war. Generations ago, your ancestors had to leave Nivara, the Golden City. Your clan just migrated yet again and must make a new home. Your goal is to steer your clan to survival as the gods reshape the world. The basics, advisors. The 7 faces at the bottom of most screens are the leaders of your clan, known as the clan circle. They can offer good advice. Hey, Hidden Citizen, how you doing? They can offer good advice, particularly if their skills are high. To check their skills, tap their picture. Occasionally, their advice serves their own agendas better than it serves the clan. Time. Actions you perform, sacrificing, building, etc. advance time. Events may occur after each action as time moves on. In the time it takes to perform 2 actions, a season passes. The agricultural cycle is important. Avoid raiding when your clan should be sowing or reaping. The many paths. There is seldom just one proper response. Many choices test the ability of your leaders. Most have a chance of succeeding, but even the best choices have a chance of failing. If you fail the first time you try something, that doesn't mean it's impossible. You can improve your luck by choosing responses that seem to best match your leader's abilities. And goal. We don't want to spoil the plot twist by telling you your clan's specific goal, and in any case, you can't force victory. Keep your people fed, increase your prestige with other clans, and grow your wealth so you will be able to take advantage of opportunities. Playing a game no one's heard of again? Actually, the really funny thing here, Hidden Citizen, like, I still haven't played King of Dragon Pass yet, but this sounds a lot like something I tried to do at a game jam, and the team basically just told me to F off. And maybe it's because it's from like if this is kind of the model. I mean, I'm not claiming that I had the idea for Six Ages 2 years ago, but no, there's I'll talk a little bit about it maybe in the debrief. But I'm actually really interested with this idea because I had this fun little religion idea. Anyways, let's do the tutorial. Your clan. You'll be directing a small clan which uses bronze weapons and guards the secrets of riding horses. Your first decisions form a backstory that determines your clan's tendencies and preferences. There are no right or wrong answers. Your choices determine your clan's history. Choices are always presented in bold. Here, they're also in yellow. Remember that you can click this box to shrink it or drag it out of the way. Go ahead and choose your clan's favored deity. All right, I'm going to take a quick sip of water because there's clearly going to be a lot of reading here. Your story begins not long after the gods made people. The Golden Age was a time of harmony ruled by the sun god Yelm and his appointees. Your clan traces its ancestry back to those times. Which of the gods did they favor? Emperor Yelm, shining above the Golden Empire, or Nyalda, the great Earth Mother whose bounty made sure no one was ever hungry? Let's say that we are a mercantile people. We built a shrine to the earth. Later, we made sure to have one whenever we moved. Your ancestors expect you to remain true and oppose their enemies. The storm god Orlanth led a conspiracy of rebel gods against the Emperor Yelm. Armed with the new power of death, he slew Yelm, sending his light to the underworld. When the sun fell from the sky, the empire fell apart. Smaller suns lit the world in Yelm's place. Darkness and sea gods became a threat, but Orlanth and his violent allies dominated. What was the worst danger your ancestors faced at this time? So our options are: trolls fled the underworld to the surface darkness. Always hungry, they tried to devour the herds. Or a great flood drowned the empire. We helped Anaxiel the sailor build a great ship to save civilization. Ah, very nice. Let's say trolls fled the underworld. So this is the great fear of our harvesting and trading people. The trolls came back again and again, but our ancestors learned magic so we could defend against them. The Gods' War intensified, and your people migrated from the Golden City before it was crushed under a glacier. Over the generations, they moved several more times. Your story continues after what may be your last migration. The gods. Your gods make life possible, aiding your herds and crops. After your migration, you'll need to restore knowledge of their secrets and gain their magic. To deal with the gods, you normally choose the magic screen from the menu to the left. It's now showing, so choose the goddess Pella on the list. To gain Pella's attention, you'll sacrifice wealth. If she accepts this gift, she will gift you in return. Click Sacrifice. To learn magic, sacrifice for mysteries. In general, sacrificing valuables worth at least 5 cows gets the attention of the gods. Use the sliders to choose wealth and then click Sacrifice. Wait. At least 5 cows? 5 herds, oh my god! Pella unveiled the mysteries of her bless barley. Now you can build a shrine, which will provide Pella's barley blessing. This increases your harvest. Click Build. Johnny Big Time coming in with a maximum cow. Let me just take a quick second here and shout out Johnny Big Time. Sorry, if I tab out, it cancels the audio, but I will take a quick minute here and say Johnny Big Time was playing Alien Isolation. He is now switched to Alan Wake. But Johnny is one of my favorite casters on Twitch. No, he is my favorite caster on Twitch. Let's not downgrade him. Wonderful guy, tremendous charisma. He always makes what he is playing fun, even if he's not enjoying it. And I highly recommend his stuff. He does not play games like Six Ages, but don't hold that against him. All right, now you can build a shrine which provides Pella's barley blessing. This increases your harvest. Click Build. Building a shrine consumes goods, but then provides a blessing without an explicit sacrifice. Click Build. So, costs us 4 goods and 2 herds. We get 1 blessing at a cost of... I'm not quite sure what the 10 cost is. Maybe it's goods. Pela's blessing is now active and will help feed the clan. Clan magic is a resource that can be used in shamanic rituals or to reach the gods' war, given away or kept on hand to increase the odds of success when sacrificing or making decisions. Annual sacred time ceremonies focus clan magic into broad areas. For example, fields rituals will also help feed the clan. I have not played Alan Wake, no, but I do have it installed. Speaking of which, Alan Wake American Nightmare is now free on the Epic Store, as is Observer. Time. 2 game actions move time through 1 season. Your farmers and herders pay close attention to the seasons. The key points of the agricultural cycle are sea season, when you plant, and earth season, when everyone takes in the harvest. Each season is 8 weeks long, and a 2-week sacred time ends each year. So basically 3 seasons of making sure I get stuff to eat so that I can survive the 2 here. Yeah, I think you might like Observer, Johnny Big Time. It's not full, like, it doesn't have the really heady sci-fi of Soma, but I think it's adjacent enough to Soma that I think it'd be something you'd really enjoy. It's by Bloober Team, who did why can't I remember the name? Layers of Fear. Sacrificing and building both took time. As time passes, events may occur that need your attention. People, clan leaders give advice and try to carry out your decisions. They'll do a better job with both if they have good skills. Click an advisor to see their take on the situation. If they have specific recommendations, those responses will be highlighted. Click an advisor a second time for info about them. After consulting your advisors, choose a response. A bizarre monster bursts from beneath the earth to destroy a house belonging to the Erkant family. It snares Chanwi, an elder of that line, in the grip of a formless appendage. Nearby folk rush to pull her away from it. Wherever it touched her, her skin bubbles and melts away. After its initial exertion, the creature lies slowly oozing along the ground. You give it a wide berth, but can't leave it there in the middle of the village. Run, little goat! Alright. Let's see what Churkan has to say about this. I can aid in an Elmal Rite. How good are you at Elmal Rite, sir? Fair at magic, so... This is a chaos creature. Right. I don't seem to have too many good magic people. It will cost us about 20 cows worth of goods and effort to rebuild that house. We should have checked the earth for infirmities. You know what, Jordan? I don't need this attitude right now. I need you to be focusing on the future. But he is. If we're gonna get anyone to, if we're gonna get anybody to magic this thing to death, we will. He's probably gonna be the one. So, RAU. Each failed attempt will harm our clan mood. Yeah, I'm okay with the elder being turned into sludge, but if we can't get this on the first try, okay. The house will be expensive to rebuild. I bet I know just how much it will cost to rebuild, Sarana. Alright, she's excellent at magic, but we will not make any comments about old women being good at magic, right? I can't even look at it! Alright. I mean, I kind of want to kill it with fire. But I'm also mildly, so I might be missing something about this arrow here. I don't know if it means that all of the advisors will, I don't know if it means that all of the advisors will be able to take part in this, or if it's specifically this one here. So click an advisor to see their take on, if they have specific recommendations, it'll be highlighted. Click on them for a second time. Yeah, so anyways, let's do what our advisor says. Who do you call on? Elmal, the Bright Guardian, or spirits? Well, In general, sacrificing valuables worth at least 5 cows helps get the attention of the gods. A bigger sacrifice increases the chance of success. I just don't know. I don't know the trade of goods to herds, but we obviously have lots of herds, so proceed. That didn't work. Your leaders may not be skilled enough to succeed, or fate may simply be against you. In this case, you will need to try something else. The priests emerged from the story tent dizzy but disappointed. Unable to leap to Almal Saranya said that this was perhaps not a problem large enough for him. Alright, well, kill it with fire. It let out a sizzling sound and exploded. Arayu was struck by one of the pieces and was injured. If I go maximum cow on everything, Johnny, how am I gonna... what am I gonna feed my people with? One of your herders spotted trolls in your wildlands. They were wounded, but by who or what he couldn't say. Any single troll is more than a match for 3 strong warriors, but if they're hurt, those odds surely change. So, the most popular course of action is to leave them to die. Alright. I know how to ask questions from people who don't want to answer. Trolls aren't people, but you know what I mean. Trolls sometimes eat people, but sometimes try to trade with them. I like trading. Even wounded trolls are very dangerous. Alright, Arayu doesn't want to talk to me because I blew up the slime monster. Healing them should be a simple matter if they let us. And if you look at our story tent, you'll see how trolls ate our herds again and again. Alright. Oh, apparently I can't do anything but attack them. I thought I'd do nothing. Yeah, it says do nothing here, but it seems like I... Oh yeah, sorry. To handle the situation, attack the trolls. Alright. Pick a leader and then click choose. Click a skill to sort the available leaders. Note that more than one skill may be relevant for the task, and that the list may show only reasonable leaders. Alright. So, figure... I'd say probably... combat, leadership, and magic are the 3 traits I'm most interested in. Yeah, so Joran is looking like a pretty good candidate. Who would be my second best in the case of leadership? Well, I guess Undavius would be... Well, no, it's leadership good, so yeah. Joran, go get him! This isn't a full raid, so you can only send a few swords, elite warriors, and bows levied from ordinary clan members. Small parties can be sneakier, but larger forces are more effective in a fight. Maximum swords, and we'll give him a couple of bows. We finished them off, but one of our warriors was hurt. The people were glad that we ended the troll menace. By attacking trolls, our priest said that we had attracted the favor of our ancestors, who would aid our actions for a while. Oh, I should have read the tutorial message. What are my... I don't think I... I don't think I have... Unless I'm Churkan, I don't think I have skills. My skill is to provide narration. Neighbors, the valley you migrated to was already settled by raiders like you and chariot-driving wheel people. You'll need to manage your relations with the other clans. Clan attitudes are complex. Liking or fearing you are usually at middling levels, but can swing into hatred or mockery. The number of clans with extreme attitudes is shown at the bottom right of each screen. Diplomatic missions let you deal with other clans. Click the emissary button to send one. I'm not sure what any of these symbols mean yet, so... The Copperhead clan owes your clan a favor, so select them. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. Known for their large herds, their chief is Varasina. They owe us a favor. They don't sell slaves. The dialogue picks a decent emissary, and the default escort should keep them safe, so click send. You'll deal with the mission after enough time passes. Goal. Your clan's overall goal is to survive and prosper as the war between gods continues. Your first goal is to settle into your new home, so you can take advantage of opportunities that may come your way as the story unfolds. Since you've just moved to a new land, you need to finish making it a home. Items in the menu on the left show what still needs to be done. Switch to the clan screen. As you can see in the menu, your clan's houses are not finished. Some fields are not ready, and you need to clear more forests so your herds can graze. You can start these tasks by telling your clan to perform ventures, which are long-term actions. Click Venture. Found a game company. I can't do that yet. Organizing a venture is an action which advances time by half a season, but the venture might last more than a season, so you can start only one each year. Choose any of the available ventures and then click Start. So we could expand the fields, we could finish the houses, properly seal and decorate houses, we could clear the pastures. I guess it doesn't say what season it is right now, does it? It does say food yield shortfall, so let's say expanding the fields will be our priority. Unidivus led the clan in a lengthy work of digging drainage channels and ripping out the Concornier roots. Then it was much easier task to consecrate the newly cleared fields to Pella and Nyalda. Sorry, I'm going to be really bad at pronouncing the names. I'll do my best to pick it up as I go along. Organizing the venture has advanced time, so your emissary has arrived. Note that they're the only leader who can give advice. As usual, none of the responses is right or wrong. You'll need to pick the most important one. It's always helpful to have more animals in your herd. See? No maximum cow, Johnny. They could always teach us more about the gods. Alright. Your emissary Dorissa approaches the Copperheads, asking you to make good on a favor they owe you. So we could ask for information. So she thinks that information is best. Alternatively, we can ask for livestock, and that's certainly what the tutorial marker is indicating to me. So let's see, who is this person that's telling us to get some more cows? Or sorry, some more information. Well, they are a good diplomat. You know what? We'll go with our advisor here. What does Doriska ask the Copperheads about? The more we learn, the better we can deal with the dangers of a darkening world. Aside from other clans, who should we fear most? Do you know any secret stories of the gods? And what can you tell us about the land? Let's look for the... let's find out about the land. No, you know what? The land, we've got people to handle. Let's find out secret stories about the gods. Their chief, Vernacia, instructed her priests to tell us the story of Busanari finds the light. They told us details of the story we had not known before. Our priests were pleased. This information would help us if we traveled to the gods' war. Summary: you're guiding a clan with a history. You need magic to survive. Actions advance time through the seasons. Individual leaders carry out your decisions and give useful advice. Relations with neighboring clans are key. Prestige and prosperity let you seize opportunities. You're ready to make your own story. Guide boxes will explain the game as you play. Each screen has a help button which also lets you quickly access a manual with more details, and you can learn more about your world from the lore screen. Oh, neat. Okay, so that was like 100%. That was like a dedicated tutorial. So, this game is meant to be experienced, not solved. Your reactions to crises and opportunities are as important as actions you choose to take. You may not understand everything at first, but that's okay. Ride on, learn, and eventually you will prevail. So, I gave you all a nice hand. Well, you know what? We're done for tonight. Thank you very much to Kitfox for the key. I'll be playing this 6 months from now. You should... No, kidding. Let's play. Okay. Okay. Neat. So apparently we've got a bunch of stuff coming up here. You can drag guide boxes out of the way. They disappear automatically when you switch screens. Ride like the wind. During the turbulent Gods War, there are opportunities for humans to change the world forever. And apparently there's new stuff coming out. So lights going out. Can you survive when the world is broken and the gods are dead? And the world reborn. Spoiler alert, Jesus. The world reborn, rebuild a shattered land, and bring a glorious new dawn to the world. Okay, I'm actually really excited for this. Oh yeah, you'll be guiding the destiny of a small clan. First, you'll choose the clan's backstory, starting with its favorite deity. There are no right or wrong answers, but your choices determine your clan's preferences and tendencies. Choices are always presented in yellow. Okay, so it looks like we've done this before. For the benefit of those who are maybe just coming in, I am going to read everything out again. This is the only added value I can really give to this game, right? Is reading out the story. So let me choose a sufficiently dramatic voice for our proper telling of Six Ages.
Your story begins not long after the gods made people. The Golden Age was a time of harmony, ruled by the sun god Yelm and his appointees. Your clan traces its ancestry back to those times. Which of the gods did they favor? Emperor Yelm, shining above the Golden Empire? Or Nyalda, the great Earth Mother whose bounty made sure that no one was ever hungry?
No, I won't. I'll carry on normally. But we will go with Nyalda again. Ascanius, you just joined and you said, for the benefit of those who are coming in, I'll read it again. Yes, so that was specifically for you, Ascanius. We built a shrine to the earth. Later, we made sure to have one whenever we moved. This event identifies the type of people who made up your clan. Before you start play, you can revise your choices. Again, there's no best answer. Your leaders may be wise at lore, even if their ancestors didn't copy their star ledgers. The Golden Age ended when the storm god Umath forced his way into the world through a flaw in the Sky Dome. Constantly moving and violent, he rebelled against Yelm. Yelm's celestial sons responded, sending Umath crashing to his death in the far north. Other gods fought as well. As instability spread, humans became more dependent for survival on the gods. In turn, humans helped the gods. Which famous event of the gods did your ancestors support? You can say the milk gift of Busanari, the cow mother, the battle of Akashar when Shining Elmal saw through the stratagems of the Changer, 17 Banner Camp when the wise Relendar advised Corlavis how to ally the Bird Riders, when Brusarion engraved the first ledger tracking the planets in motion, when Irissa first sang the bone-mending ballad for Kestor Breng, the grain contest of Erconus, where the barley goddess Pella prevailed over the millet and the bezel, the Brass Bazaar, when Ekarna acted as a broker between Nida Mountain and Generat's Garden, or when the Werismer joined us as citizens. Let's do the Brass Bazaar. Ever since, men and women of our clan have been gifted with an eye for bargains. Your clan leaders will tend to have higher than average ability in the bargaining skill. They will also find it a little easier to perform Ekarna's ritual. Your ancestors expect you to remain true and oppose their enemies. The Ram people who worship Orlanth may prove to be the toughest foe throughout the game. Umath's son Orlanth led a conspiracy of rebel gods against Emperor Yelm. Armed with the new power of death, he slew Yelm, sending his light to the underworld. When the sun fell from the sky, the empire fell apart. Smaller suns lit the world in Yelm's place. Darkness and sea gods became a threat, but the storm god Orlanth and his violent allies dominated. What was the worst danger your ancestors faced at the time? Trolls fled the underworld to the surface darkness. Always hungry, they tried to devour the herds. A great flood drowned the empire. We helped Anaxiel the sailor build a great ship to save civilization. The War of Many Suns, when the pretenders to the solar throne fought to assert control over our golden city, Nivera. The Ram people marched on the empire, raising the city of Elimpur. We helped the emperor avenge it. When the city of Chimes wanted to surrender to the Scorpion Queen, we gave them heart, or our worst danger came later. Ooh, number 6 is actually really tempting, but I think in this case I'm going to go with my original decision here and say that the trolls from the underworld to the surface darkness. Sorry, the trolls fled the underworld to the surface darkness. Always hungry, they tried to devour the herds. The trolls came back again and again, but our ancestors learned magic so we could defend against them. More details of this story are in the lore screen. By the way, your hero's name is pronounced Hyalor. Many more gods died as the gods' war worsened. Hyalor of Nivera found the crippled spirit who had once been a winged fanged hippogriff. He saved her from death and made an alliance. Hyalor gave her a new name, Gemarai, and she allowed him to ride. Hyalor returned to your ancestors with the secret. They became the first riders. I really want an answer about what's going on here. Storm and Cold continued their conquest. Orlant's barbaric worshippers sacked Elimpur and the Dara Happen Empire's southernmost city. A great sheet of ice crushed the city of Verapur despite its volcano gods. It ground relentlessly south. The Emperor began building an immense dome to hide under. Rather than cower inside, the citizens of Nivera chose to move away from the glacier. Your ancestors had trained horses to ride, others drove chariots. Everyone had to leave many of their gods behind. Which god did you bring? Wing-Fanged Hippogriff is a sick metal band name. You gotta ask A Sharp if you can found it. All right. We can bring Busarian, god of writing, Tepakos, god of smiths, Narva, goddess of brewing, Perondito, the god of glassmaking, or Nocelli, goddess of the red dye insect. I'm most inclined to bring glassmaking or writing, but we'll say Busarian, god of writing, so that we can keep the accounts. Afterwards, we were one of the few clans who could still read and write. As usual, there's no best choice. This helps determine your starting clan. The citizens of Nivera loaded their possessions and headed in the 4 directions. Your ancestors headed south. They had to fight plant folk, stone folk, ram people, and trolls. They prevailed and prospered until there was not enough room for all of them. They divided into 4 groups. One remained, the others went west, south, and east. Which group was your ancestors? We could have the most warlike, the best herders, the wealthiest, the best magicians, or the most dissatisfied. Well, I was going to say, just because I want to play kind of a mercantile people doesn't necessarily mean I want it to be like a single note. I am kind of inclined towards either warlike or herders. So herders, I'm kind of doing a Protestant work ethic sort of story. And the warlike, I just really like, if you think about most stories, usually the merchant style ones are like, they're not really good at fighting, but they hire people. And I really want to see some kind of a fantasy story of people who are really good at commerce, but are also very good fighters. Because normally it's just kind of like, oh yes, these are soft people who aren't very good at fighting, but they have enough money to hire them. I'm like, no, turns out these guys are crack shots and they know how to make a buck. But I think in this case we'll do the best herders. So they're not concerned with generating wealth in terms of coin. They are content with the necessities and conveniences of life. With their careful husbandry, our herds prospered. Or, as Johnny might put it, maximum cow. Your ancestors crossed the mountains to the south. Who did they find on the other side? Farmers, goat herders, or hunters and gatherers? We found farmers. Once our ancestors might have taken outsiders as slaves, but those days were past. How did you treat the farmers? We can chase them away. We took them in as half-citizens, or we took them in as citizens. We took them in as citizens. The farmers shared the secrets of Pella, the goddess of the land, with the clan. Your ancestors prospered, dividing into new clans several times. The charioteers also grew and moved into the valley. They said the ice was on the move, and they made war with you. Or on you, probably. Here you pick the difficulty level, which primarily determines starting conditions. Even with easier difficulty, you need to worry about economic disaster. It's much more likely at hard or harsh. Finally, you took what you could and again headed south over the mountains to a wide valley. Your scouts reported that the best pastures were already taken, but found land along the right bank of an untamed river. Life here would start out easier than last time, about the same as our last migration, harder since we had fewer resources and fewer friends, or much harsher, almost as if the entire world opposed us. I'm going to disappoint everybody and pick easier than last time, because I have a feeling I need to be gently let in on this one. You took advantage of a mild storm season to petition the gods for blessings and build a shrine to help feed the clan. You will need to grow your magical knowledge in shrines to produce enough food. Alright, you can change any answer by clicking it, or enter a clan name and click start. If you like, you can raise the stakes by limiting your ability to restore the game. I'll do unlimited for now, but I think when I play this game in future, I'm gonna go Iron Man mode here. Alright, the 7 families joined in the ritual to claim their new home. We will call ourselves Star Dancer, because I have no idea what else I would call it. And, for a recap, the first god the people worshipped was Nyalda, the Earth Mother. Your clan's earliest famous event was the Brass Bazaar, where Akarna acted as broker. Your ancestral enemies were the trolls. You left Nivara. When you left Nivara, you made sure to preserve the secrets of writing. When the first clan divided, your clan had the best herders. During the second migration, your ancestors discovered farmers and adopted them as citizens, and life would be made a little easier than usual after migrating. The 2 weeks sacred time precedes each new year. The clan performs ceremonies to allocate its magic resources. Magic at the bottom of the screen for the coming year. Putting magic into an area gives you a bonus for all actions related to that area throughout the year. E.g., wild magic helps your foragers and hunters find food. Your advisors have their own ideas, but clicking checkboxes to put some magic in fields for more food and ritual to learn new magic is a good way to start. You don't need to spend it all. Alright, so Indija says, Pastures magic will help our livestock, including food-producing herds of cattle and goats. I'm inclined. I should actually let's start with this here. So Indija 12. In the 12th year of her chieftainship, Indija led the entire Star Dancer clan. So this is who I. Yeah. So this arrow does indicate who I am. Led the entire Star Dancer clan south over the mountains. Many said this would be our last migration, with the ice growing to the north and barbarians to the south. We settled near the untamed Black Eel River, finding new pastures among the clans that had moved to the valley earlier. Some were friendly, others less so. It was time to rebuild our relations with gods and neighbors before we ran out of the food and wealth we had stockpiled for the migration. We also needed to finish preparing our farmland and homes. We are known for being the last clan to arrive in the valley. So, Ernost, or possibly Ernosti. It's often better to concentrate our magic in a few areas. Of course, all the rituals will be useful. We need to help the help of the gods to feed ourselves. Allocate magic to fields since they produce the bulk of our food. I agree. At Artevis, we have not had a chance to finish clearing land, so we should use fields rituals to make sure we grow enough barley. We need to rely on the gods as well as spirits. Allocate magic to rituals so we can then sacrifice for mysteries. We should plan to build a shrine to the barley goddess this year. I agree with that. And to prepare for setting up shrines in our new land, we should devote magic to ritual. So I am inclined to do the shrines as well, because that's going to be a capability multiplier for us. So we'll go into fields, pastures, ritual. That does mean that we're using over half of our magic, and it's not clear that we're going to have all of that at the time. Or sorry, it's not clear that we're going to have 8 again. But I'm kind of comfortable putting things into sort of building ourselves up. And let's take a look at the lore just to begin with. So, ancient lore. The first god we worship was Nyalda, the Earth Mother. Our clan's earliest famous event was the Brass Bazaar. We've done everything. This is the exact same as what we saw before. And Sacred Time Screen. This screen recaps the past year and shows an omen for the upcoming year. Oh, omen. I don't see no omen. Allocate clan magic, shown at the bottom, into various areas, or save it since it can come in handy for helping with rituals or crises during the year. Oh, that's a really neat... So it's a trade-off. Like, you can work out your plans, but, you know, no plan survives confrontation with the enemy. So there's a bit of a trade-off where you can sort of multiply your capabilities, but you don't have anything for an emergency. I like that a lot. The bottom strip shows other key resources and calls out particularly strong attitudes of other clans and lets you consult your advisors. The Saga button lets you review previous events. Sacred Time is a 2-week period where every clan prepares for the upcoming year. Each year, your clan generates more magic. Oh boy, I want to read every single word of this, but I figure you guys probably want to see more of the game, so Saving some magic at the end of Sacred Time is a good idea. You can use clan magic for bonuses and situations throughout the year, and unspent magic sometimes enhances your luck. All right, 1 hate, 1 mockery. Nobody likes me, nobody fears me. We've got 10 swords, 3 magic, 765 herds, 96 goods, and a partridge in a pear tree. Proceed. Since you have just moved to a new land, you need to finish making it a home. Items in the menu on the left show what still needs to be done. Hey, Grugnard. Yeah, well, it's one of the reasons why I was interested in streaming it, because it's, like, Twitch is getting rid of the vodcasts, unfortunately, so I'm probably not going to be able to carry on with those for a while, but I do know that people tend to say that they do like the sound of my voice, and so I had been intending to do King of Dragon Pass for a while, and I had some trouble getting it running, let alone streaming it. So I was rather excited when Kitfox reached out to give me a key for this. So I don't know. I'm pretty excited to try this, to be honest. So. Okay, sorry. Items in the menu on the left show it still needs to be done, so limited pastures, limited fields, food yield shortfall, and houses unfinished. As you can see, your clan's houses are not finished, some fields are not ready, and you need to clear more forests so your herds can graze. You can start these tasks by telling your clan to perform ventures. Start the expand fields venture now, or another one you think will help the clan. Let's hear what our advisors have to say, although this is me talking to myself. As a reminder, we didn't conduct any harmony or health rituals during Sacred Time. I don't know, should I have done that? It wouldn't hurt to have another Desano on the circle. We've only just moved to the valley, so it's no surprise that people are a little concerned about the future. Let's not forget to perform a venture this year. I would be happy to lead the entire clan in expanding our fields. Foraging venture never hurts, and we have not finished constructing our new homes, and we can still perform a venture to deal with this. Ventures are large tasks that take lots of coordinated effort, so you can start only one per year. You'll discover ways to work up to more. So, now you want to clear the pastures. Until we have more warriors, we won't be able to engage in any more military ventures, not that I want to. I would be happy to lead the entire clan in preparing more fields, so she is... Possibly. We don't seem to. There don't seem to be many bandits these days. We don't need a concentrated effort to drive them out. It's still early in the year. We could wait a little while before starting a venture. Nope. Surely everyone will do what's best without needing all this organization. What is his leadership? Fair. Yeah, thought so. And our fields aren't large enough. Okay, enough of the fields. So Doran, who I don't actually see on the list here. Renowned for food. All right. Well, I think I can work with that. I'll just double check because clear pastures, prepping more fields. Yeah, I guess this is the tricky one because fields would be for farming, whereas pastures would be for... We'll start with the fields and then we'll go to the pastures. Doran led the clan in the lengthy work of digging drainage channels and ripping out Kunkorn ear roots. He had a hard time rousing the clan to the difficult labor. People complained that he had asked too much too quickly. At least consecrating the newly cleared fields to Pella and Nyalda went smoothly. Click an advisor to see their take on the situation. If they have specific recommendations, those responses will be highlighted. Are you telling me how to play the game, Grognard? Click an advisor for a second time for info about them. Zaxoro, a shaman of your clan, alerts you to a magical problem in your wildlands. Hainom, a young relative who shows promise as a shaman, has been thwarted in an effort to find a tutelary spirit. Zaxoro discovered that a flock of birds has been playing tricks. They pose as spirits, giving false promises and empty assurances of guidance through the spirit realm. Alright, so Yandi went into the... Okay, a shaman of your clan alerts you to a magical problem in your wildlands. Hainam, a young relative who shows promise as a shaman. Alright. Yanade went into the wilderness to find helpful spirits. At first, the birds misled him, saying that they were from the spirit world. My family would be ashamed to petition the Circle about a bird problem. Even a large flock of birds eats relatively little grain. Don't offer more than we have to. Those who talk with birds may or may not be our shrewdest bargainers. I understand how silly this sounds, but in truth, it is in truth quite important. I can't believe that we are expected to deal with this. And those who can talk with the birds may or may not be our most persuasive envoys. Well, I'm glad we have such consensus here. Alright, so they want me to hunt and kill the birds. Apparently, Elisina wants to do, like, everything. Either convince them to behave, hunt and kill them, or pay the birds to leave the shamans alone. More hunting and killing. Yeah. I don't really want to... I don't want to hunt and kill. I also don't want to bribe them. So we can try convincing them, I suppose, but there's no clear... Okay, so fair diplomacy among the leader. Good. 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 I still don't know if it actually assigns the person you last talked to, but we'll try and get them to behave. Okay, so yes, I do get to pick a leader to assign. So, pick a leader, then click Choose. Click a skill to sort the available leaders. You can scroll the list by dragging. Note that more than one skill may be relevant for the task, and that the list may show only reasonable leaders. Alright. So... in addition to very good diplomacy, they also have a higher bargaining. In fact, generally they kind of seem dominant at everything save food, which doesn't seem applicable in this case. So, Yandala it is. In most cases, a mix of 5 to 7 swords and bows are enough to keep their leaders safe. Sometimes you'll want to send more to impress someone, or if the situation seems risky. However, they may end up away for a while. Who do you send to talk to them? Okay, let's say we need more bows on this than anything, so we'll do 5 bows, 2 swords. Failure doesn't mean you made the wrong choice. Your leaders may or may not be skilled enough for this challenge, or lucky enough. The birds trilled merrily and flew off. Yandala was sorry she couldn't be more help to Hainom, but she had little leverage with supernatural beings. This screen shows the size and mood of your clan and lets you pick new advisors by reorganizing your council. It also lets you start ventures, long-term activities that normally last a year. As a reminder, during the sacred time rituals, we spent clan magic on neither harmony nor health, and I think these are all the same. Although our livestock needs more pasture land, we'll have to wait until next year to clear more pastures. Really? Okay, fair enough. The season button advances times without performing any actions. Point to it to get info about the current season. We are in the late season, time to prepare and sow the fields. I still think it was the right call to expand the pastures, or expand the fields rather. Morale stress, houses unfinished, spirit indifference. We haven't learned all of Irissa's blessings. We devoted clan magic to rituals, so she will be more likely to answer a sacrifice. However, I seem to remember that there was, we had a shrine for food, so you have several kinds of magic at your disposal. Use the menu above the deity list to see them. You can sacrifice for blessings from the gods, or build a shrine to make them permanent. So, the Great Earth Mother who provides food and clothing. Well, we've got the... oh, well, we can go for the... Well, let's try... if we do build... Shrine to Pella will help feed us. Once you've learned a deity's blessings, you can build a shrine to receive the benefit without needing a sacrifice. Building is an action which advances time. Yep, let's do it. Click the picture to hide the text. Neat, but I mean, I like the text, so. Your patrollers have been talking with those of your neighbors, the Jade Colt clan. Like you, the Jade Colts are Hylorings, who ride horses, herd cattle and goats, and descend from people who kept their freedom by fleeing the destruction of the Golden City. Until recently, the Jade Colts have shown little interest in you as either friend or foe, but gradually they have grown more open towards you. An approach to them might bear good fruit. So we can give them cows, throw a feast in their honor, wait until they come to us, or give them goods. So when our people first split from the one clan into many, we said, we each must make it on our own now. Ernost says, are we really birds of a feather? If we wait for them to come to us, our people will take pride. Feasts are cheaper than gifts. A gift is worth less than 10 cows. A gift worth less than 10 cows is not worth giving. It sounds like a good at bargaining and good at diplomacy. We should give away all our cows and only herd horses. What? No, that is not happening. Better to be feared than loved. Thank you, Machiavelli. And our lives will be easier if more clans like us. Either a feast or a gift will win their favor. So there does seem to be 2 votes for feasting, and I do like the idea that the feast costs less than the gift. So we will throw the feast in their honor because it doesn't strengthen a potential enemy while it still tries to build bridges. At first you hear some of the guests complain that they would sooner have had a gift of cows, but after the drinking of much strong fermented horse milk, you sing together long into the night. It will take magic to reliably feed the clan. You'll want to learn blessings that help produce food and then build shrines to those goddesses. We haven't learned all of Anilla's blessings. We devoted clan magic to rituals, so she is more likely to answer a sacrifice. Now, the question is whether or not Anilla will... Okay, so I believe this is the ritual that we don't have yet. So I suppose it actually wouldn't be a bad idea for me to check through the list for things that will allow me to get more food. So sacrifice to Busanari for mysteries, so we can learn the milk blessing. To Akarna, but we don't know why. Spirit indifference because of bird trickery. To maintain our temples, we're currently devoting 6 cows and 12 goods to the gods each year. And we have plenty of clan magic. This would help us enact another world ritual, or we could devote more to various rituals next sacred time. Definitely not for next time, so... An action such as sacrificing, sending a mission takes half a season. Click confirm to advance to the next season without performing any action. We definitely want to perform action, so... Early fire season, fair weather, and ripening grade allows raiding. Alright. It's going to take a quick look. So, calf blessing, cattle ward, milk blessing. Okay, so Busanari, kind of everything. There's definitely some interesting ones here. So this would be someone who... Gaining the kid blessing would help us with our goats. I think in this case we will do a sacrifice, although I should figure out what rituals do. Rituals reenact sacred stories on the other side. Rituals are risky, but can reap impressive magical benefits. I think it did say that... So yeah, this is a tricky one actually, because in one sense, your clan is suffering stress in one or more areas. Stress typically makes actions in that area harder until it ends. See the menu for all stresses affecting your clan and advice in the corresponding area for ideas on how to deal with this problem. Okay, let's deal with that first. So, morale stress. You can show the clan's divine magic and active spirit magic by clicking the rune towards the bottom of the menu. Towards the bottom of the menu, point to a rune for an explanation. Magic is shown next to the most relevant screen, although it can affect other areas too. The lore screen contains stories about the gods' war as well as your people's history. Your clan can reenact some of these stories as rituals, sending a clan member into the gods' war to participate in these deeds. So maybe I don't want to do the ritual then. Alright, here's what we'll do. Let's do a sacrifice, and we will we'll gain... Let's do a calf blessing, and then we'll maybe go for the milk blessing. So, in general, sacrificing valuables worth at least 5 cows helps get the attention of the gods. A bigger sacrifice increases the chance of success. You'll typically want to begin the game by sacrificing for mysteries to gain access to more blessings. Sacrificing is an action which advances time. So yeah, we have to... mysteries to learn. Right, okay, this makes sense. So I'm actually not guaranteed to get the calf blessing, but... learning more blessings is always wise. Sacrifice for mysteries. Busanari's milk blessing will help feed us. We should sacrifice to learn it. Busanari will more likely respond if we offer at least 7 cows worth of sacrifice. Alright. The magic we devoted to rituals during sacred time will help the sacrifice. That's interesting. Let's actually bring that down to 5 then. Unless... yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go 7 because that's 2 people saying that. Busanari unveiled the mysteries of her cattle ward blessing. Word goes out that the Jade Colts are hosting an archery contest. All the Raider clans will gather to compare the skills of their best archers. Prizes will be awarded for the best adult, best youth, and best child in both men's and women's categories. To bring Stelfer and Zengar back together, Osara invented archery contests. I will dance at first with my clothes on. Many of our people are sure that this is a trap. I don't know. Other peoples meet in tribes. We come together to shoot arrows. If alliances are forged, then that is what happens. Make allies against the trolls. And it is better to win over foes than to celebrate existing friendships. Yeah, I'll say that this is a diplomatic effort, so. We gathered with those we called comrades to drink kumis and sing all the songs. Sorry guys, just gotta tab out for a quick second. Alright. So actually, Cattle Ward is the one thing I didn't want, so let's go do another sacrifice for mysteries. Gods don't always answer requests, but a sacrifice worth at least 6 cows helps. Twice as much would be better. So let's try for the 5 herds this time and see what happens. The calf blessing. Alright, I'm happy with that. We need the help of the gods to ensure our people are fed. Without magic, we can't reliably produce enough food. We do have sufficient food for now, but that won't last if we don't take action. I believe we will produce less than we eat during the next year. We could ask for Anila's Rootal Blessing. I mean, we didn't really put anything in terms of foraging, but sure. A delegation from the Jade Cult clan arrives at your clan boundary to make a request. You also know them as the Pure Horse Clan, a nickname they earn by domesticating only the horse, refusing to herd cows or goats. As you know, our way of life strengthens the connection between this valley and the goddess Gamari. This benefits all raiders, making your horses swift and brave. Recent attacks by dwarves have set us back. We ask that you repay our ongoing service to valley raiders with a gift of goods. Other clans have been giving us goods worth 5 horses. So, their clan inclines towards us, but it wouldn't hurt to pull them closer still. This is a excellent diplomat, good bargainer. They've been laid low by treacherous enemies. We should do more than help them. We should emulate them and herd only horses. No. They're asking for goods worth 20 cows. Okay, that's actually kind of helpful to know that horses are worth 4 cows. 1 horse is worth 4 cows. They would not survive without their special pure horse rituals. When the Exodus began, the pure horse leaders said, "It will be holier to leave the cows behind," and they call our horse magic weak. You overrate your clan's magical influence. I rather feel that we probably should not make... we should probably not anger the people we've tried to build. So I am tempted to say we will give you the goods, but as a favor that must be repaid. But let's go with the agreement here and cement it. Ooh, I wish I could go back to see... I guess they said 10 goods worth. They thanked us eloquently and departed. People said it was wise to win their friendship. I am pleased that we can now expect to produce as much food over the coming year as we eat. Assuming no drought, I believe our food supply is on much better footing now. Alright, so the investments kind of paid off. Although, what were you saying? We haven't learned all of Zarlin's blessing. During the sacred time, we emphasize rituals so he's more likely to answer a sacrifice. To maintain our temples, we're currently devoting 8 cows and 16 goods to the gods each year. Obviously, I want to be... I've been building a lot of shrines, but this has all been about improving our farming capabilities, so... Consecrate... What does Ikarna give us? Not yet. Plenty of clan magic. Yeah, we have been sort of sitting on magic for a bit. It's late Earth season, so we're kind of harvesting. Emissaries can help our friends remember us or smooth things over with an enemy. As with most things, a gift makes sure our message gets across. I don't think we're quite ready for that. We need to establish a permanent trading route. It would be easier if we could find some exotic goods. I didn't even think that we could do trading. But in this case, we're probably more... I mean, as it says, we don't really have anything to trade. So... let's say... Wait a minute, don't I already have a shrine to her? Ah, I need to pick... Okay, so we already have Rudel, that's fine. And we are in early dark season. Winters are harsh, a time of snow and cold. Okay. So, I am inclined to go from just subsistence to... to surpluses. Clearly it's going to be our cattle that keeps us going. So let's first start with the sacrifice. We will give 5. Learning more blessings is always wise. Sacrifice for mysteries. Milk blessing will help feed us. At least 6 cows. I think in this case, we're going to go with the 5 again because we already put the magic towards rituals. And Busanari revealed the workings of her milk blessing. So this one I will expand the shrine for. Whoever we give them to will owe us a favor. A herd of 23 cows has wandered onto your pasture land with no herder in sight. Their ownership markings have been scrambled by mischief spirits. These spirits, called Zalzem, play pranks involving livestock from time to time. So we can keep the cows, find a clan to exchange the cows for goods, give the cows to another clan, perform a divination to identify the rightful owner, or sacrifice the cows to gain a divine blessing. I mean, this is kind of amusing because whoever owns them will sacrifice for a war blessing. Mischief spirits or not, those cows became ours when they wandered into our pastures. If we trade or raid the cows, their owners won't catch us with them. Sacrifice to green our pastures. Trolls came and stole the cow mother. Elmel found her before they could eat her, and they said she was wandering, and we gave her shelter. And getting the cows has buoyed the clan's mood. Let's not reverse that. Let's sell the cows. Only the Torashada clan is interested. Trade with them? Yes. They offer you goods you reckon being worth 27 cows. Do you take the deal? Yeah, I mean, it's worth more than the cows, so. We struck the deal, gaining goods we valued at 27 cows. We can still learn one of Osara's blessings. We devoted clan magic to rituals, so more likely to answer the sacrifice. I believe in this case I wanted to get the milk blessing, so... We are in early storm season. The weather is unpredictable as forces of life and darkness battle. Okay. So I know there's not a whole lot that we can really do here. We're waiting. The herd's value includes both cattle and goats. Wealth is measured in terms of cows, but food-producing livestock are usually considered as a single number. I guess it doesn't say the rate at which we're improving these things. So I think what I'll do... The expedition is the weird one. I don't think we're ready for war, so let's see what we can do. I am kind of inclined towards learning more sort of ritual, or basically learning more stuff. The question is, which of these gods do I want to sacrifice to? So, Osra's blessings. I think we've done everything we can to sort of improve our ability to generate food. Okay, so they want Osara, which gives us Fire Arrow. I don't think I'm really ready to go to war, though. So I'm inclined for recording, but I also think, yeah, Irissa. So here's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm actually going to try Ritual here. Rituals are powerful magic rites where questers reenact the mighty deeds from the Empire and the Gods' War. Rituals can bring the clan dramatic benefits, but have great risks if something goes wrong. To succeed, the ritualist should follow the deeds of the gods, so review the appropriate story at the lore screen before you begin. The Gods' War is not static, so the stories you know may not be a perfect guide for your ritual. The ritual can gain a herd of cows, strengthen the quester, gain treasure, help our pastures, or gain blessings. We don't know about this. Do we know any of these stories? Hey, I've not actually played King of Dragon Pass yet, although this will be, again, I don't want to spend too much time advertising, but some of you are wondering about that Humble Link. Six Ages is available on GOG and Steam, so I don't have a Humble Link for that, but if you are interested in the game that is the predecessor to this one, that is a link to King of Dragon Pass that is on the Humble the Humble store. So if you do buy using that link, I will get a portion of the proceeds. Although, of course, Kitfox gave me a key for 6 Ages, so I've already done quite well by them. Okay, so Gamari the Horse Mother. This ritual can gain a herd of horses, strengthen the quester, gain treasure, help our horses, or gain blessings. I don't really feel like horses are going to be the thing that I want to be working on at this point. Looks like that's actually the only thing that we have. So no rituals this time around. What I will do, though, I'm taking a look at the clan. We do still have some sick. So let's see if we can maybe figure out some health and healing. There are always a few wounded or sick people. We don't need to ask Orisa to make everyone well. As we spin, we should sacrifice at least 7 cows worth, a fitting gift to Orisa. Orisa will be more likely to respond if we offer her at least 7 cows. We shouldn't let our people suffer. Ask Orisa to make them better. We need to ask Orisa to reveal the secrets of her curing blessing before we can ask her to tend to our sick. The magic we devoted to rituals during the sacred time will help sacrifice, and knowing more blessings is always a good thing. Yeah, so we'll... I think for the present, I'm basically going to learn as much as I can until we can do a new venture. Orisa unveiled the mysteries of her healing blessing, so I think I want curing more than anything. But your shamans report encountering fell spirits haunting your scrublands. They would have caused horse miscarriages had the shamans not succeeded in driving them off. Your shamans wish to add new bangles to their ritual costumes, strengthening them against the possible return of these spirits. Occasionally, it becomes necessary to add new items when the old ones lose their potency. It was Yande, a member of Haler's retinue, who figured out the differences between spirits and gods. A large delegation will just get into trouble. No point in sending shamans on a trading run if they don't cleanse the place when they get back. Someone who knows both magic and bargaining can acquire the adornments for less than 10 cows. The request could not be more reasonable. We should instead try to buy a treasure that fights trolls, and spirits are transitory. Alright. It is kind of tempting to... Let's have them hunt. Okay. There's really not a lot. There's not a lot of overlap between magic and leadership. It says a large expedition won't do well, so in this case we'll bring 2 bows and 3 swords. Tereni found that the shamans of the 4 drum clans had the items they needed. After some haggling, she got them for a good price, 6 cows worth of goods. Upon their return, Tereni assembled a party of shamans to scour the lands for evil spirits. How many shamans and assistants accompany her? We'll say 5. The spirits killed Terani, stealing her eyes and liver. 4 of the accompanying shamans fell prey to a shaking disease. All right then. More sacrifices to learn mysteries. Orisa revealed the workings of her hope blessing. Not the one I was looking for, but... At Sacred Time, your holy people determine the omens for the upcoming year. Omens make certain actions easier or harder during the coming year. Ritual magic will make it easier to ask Akarna and other gods to share some of their mysteries. Many people are sick, devote some of our magic to health rituals. Then as soon as we can, build a shrine to Orisa. We've not had a chance to fell trees to make more pastures, so pastures rituals will help our cattle and goats. To prepare for setting up shrines in our new land, we should devote magic to ritual. It's often better to concentrate our magic in a few areas. Of course, they are all useful. We will need to explore the valley we just moved to, so exploring magic is critical, and leave some in reserves. This can help boost all sorts of magic during the year. So I do like the idea of pastures, because we're definitely going to be building that out. I also think ritual will make sense. Exploring also does. I may not... Oop. Well, somebody just bought something, and I'm going to guess that was probably King of Dragon Pass, so thank you for that. There's actually a couple of bundles. I'm going to save it to the end of the stream before I talk about some of the bundles that I'm interested in and whatnot, but that link should cover you for everything from the bundles. You can actually assign how much you want to give to me from those bundles and whatnot, but at this point I'm focusing on 6 Ages, because the thing is that Kitfox is publishing 6 Ages. I don't believe they had anything to do with King of Dragon Pass, so obviously 6 Ages is the new game, and it's definitely really polished. So thank you, whoever that was, though. Okay, so we will explore. This is mostly just because it only costs 1. Last year, 26 babies were born. We initiated 21 children as adults. The clan has no more people, 32 fewer head of cattle, and 2 more horses than we did last Sacred Time. Our crafters produced 44 cows worth of goods, but we didn't have a regular market for other clans to visit. Maintaining our shrines took 13 cows and goods worth 26 cows. Many of our cows would have twins and triplets, and we are known for being the last clan to arrive in the valley. All right. Indiga 13. We began our first full year in our new home after what some said would be the final migration. It was time to rebuild our relations to our gods and neighbors and expand our fields and pastures. We cleared the fields and held a ceremony for the barley goddess and earth mother. Birds interfered with shamanistic initiation by posing as spirits. We told them to behave. The birds trilled merrily and flew off. We heard that we might turn the indifference of the Jade Colts into friendship. We threw a feast in their honor. At first, we heard some of the guests complain that they would sooner have had a gift of cows, but after drinking much strong fermented horse milk, we sang together long into the night. The Jade Colts announced an archery contest. We attended and cemented friendships. Yeah, unfortunately, Shanjak, it's only on Steam and GOG. Mostly I wanted to give some kind of a connection to A# in terms of that link. But yeah, for anybody who does want to pick up 6 Ages, you can buy that on the Steam page. Actually, you know what? Sorry, I should have put a link in there. That was really bad of me. Eyes of Sin? Thank you very much for the follow. That is 26 months. I'm always so happy to see you. I hope you are feeling better. And for those of you, I really apologize for not including that. I did want to include both the Steam link as well as the King of Dragon Pass. So I apologize for not including that there. That is the link for 6 Ages Ride Like the Wind. You can also get it on GOG if you're so inclined. But it just came out today, and Kitfox did give me a key to play this, and that is the reason I'm playing it for you today. So I hope you're enjoying it. How are you doing, Sin? Okay. A Pure Horse delegation came to us looking for help in the form of goods. We agreed. They thanked us eloquently and departed. Cows separated from their owners by mischief spirits wandered onto our lands. We looked for a clan to exchange the cows for goods. We struck the deal, gaining goods we valued at 27 cows. Our shamans found evil spirits on our land. They wished to acquire new items for the ritual garb in case they came back. We said that after they acquired the needed items, they should hunt evil spirits. Tereni found that the shamans of the Four Drum clan had the items that they needed, and after some haggling, she got them for a good price. Upon their return, Tereni assembled a party of shamans to scour our lands for evil spirits. The spirits killed Tereni, stealing her eyes and liver. 4 of the accompanying shamans fell prey to a shaking disease. Okay, so same idea here. We will prioritize exploration and ritual, and then pastures. So ritual basically because my default action is going to be to try and unlock more of the spells, for lack of a better term, and pastures because I know we're going to build that up. Jerikem, I have wonderful news about Keldurka. Due to her many hours of sparring and practice, and sincere offerings to Elmal and the other gods of war, Keldurka's ability at arms must now be ranked as on par with the heroes of legends. The Nar Onan clan say that they were visited by a party of child-sized birds who spoke in the language of the rams. They knew everyone's lineage without asking. I have no idea why they thought we would believe this horse dung. Our animals need more pastures to graze in. It wouldn't hurt to have another Desano on the circle. I'm assuming this is like saying to bring somebody onto this council. We've not finished constructing our new homes, and we can still perform a venture to deal with this. Emphasize archery, I always say. Our people would be healthier if we had a shrine to Orisa. A foraging venture never hurts. And let us not forget to conduct a venture this year. Well, we'll start, and we will clear pastures. So, create new pastures by clearing wild land. The clan pitched in, and before too many weeks had passed, we had cleared land for our cows and goats. Doran reckoned that we now had enough pasture land. As a reminder, during the sacred time rituals, we spent clan magic on neither harmony nor health. Alright, now it does say insufficient warriors, so you can build fortifications here. They can help you survive raids, or at the very least help you see the enemy coming. Okay, recruitment looks good. We'll do that a little bit later. Right now we've got sickness, so I think at this point we'll start with sacrifice for... Well, at this point we need to... There are always a few sick... Yeah, so we'll sacrifice to gain curing, and then we'll spend the effort to heal people. Orisa revealed the workings of her curing blessing. The Eyes of Sin, do you remember that Prophet game that I was talking with you about many moons ago? Members of the Norden and Turret families were making an offering when they spotted a baby in a basket floating down the Black Eel River to the south of Clanlands. Everyone agrees that the boy must have been sent by the gods, but both families claim they saw him first and should be the one to adopt him. Normally a court of 3 elders is able to resolve disputes like this, but this case has supernatural overtones, so they bring it to the clan circle. Learned elders already performed divination, but they couldn't see the baby's fate in the stars. So, Lerai says he will surely bless us since the gods have delivered him into our hands. You could say adopt him into Indiga's family, let the Nordens adopt him, let the Turrents adopt him, and put the baby back into the... Yeah, we're not putting the baby back into the river. Elara says, baskets are sacred to Enila, my patron goddess. Clearly this baby should be raised in my family. Elistina, he doesn't really look like any of the people that we've met. The Norders had no males born for years. We should value him and make sure he grows up to fill his destiny. Okay, so he's arguing for his own interests. Doesn't really look like any of the people we've met. Our ancestors are willing to adopt the farmers they discovered. And if there is no other way, let him become an Akot. Ah, I see. So I'm basically picking my own side here. So, what would the argument be for the Norden? Okay, so he's good. He's good at bargaining. He's just very convincing, and I mean, baskets. Like it's yes, aha! He was found floating in a basket. We have tremendously valued baskets in history. Surely we should get the child. Now he's going into my family. Indiga adopted the baby, naming him Uli Dennis. Everyone agreed that this was a reasonable compromise. All right, so at this point, let's just see where we're at. Yeah, we should probably start build a shrine to gain a permanent blessing or sacrifice for a blessing. Yeah, so at this point, I don't see a point in building a shrine which is going to have a constant sort of tick down to cure people. I think in this case, we'll just sacrifice for curing. 7 cows worth. I'm still going to go for 5. Because we did spend on rituals. Arissa cured 3 of our sick. Okay, so maybe we should spend more. That or I should actually maybe consider building the shrine if it's going to be a low return on that. One of your young foragers found a strange object half buried in the earth while picking berries. Your priests and shamans say this clay mask must be a magical treasure of some kind. What do you do with it? We'll gain the greatest political benefit by trading it to the Jade Gold clan. If it does not help us fight, we should hold on to it until we get a chance to trade it for treasure that does. We do not know who peopled the land before we came here, but that doesn't mean their magic is dangerous. A skilled bargainer such as myself can get goods worth 50 cows in exchange for a useful magical treasure. Trade it for goods, which we can use to buy more food when we need it. Well, we don't really need food, so... When we left the Golden City for the Wildlands, we met shamans, whose spirit magic differed from ours. Some of us embraced their ways, and if we get a good price for it, the people will be pleased with us. In this case, I think I'm going to keep it. After further investigation, our shamans confirmed that this mask would help us succeed with rituals that dealt with spirits. Your progress is saved automatically. You can restore to the end of a year from the saga screen. Okay. We've got 13 it looks like curing is already happening. It'll be interesting to see if we wind up with more people cured or if I have to keep renewing this sacrifice here. It is really tempting to do recording, but it did say that we were a little short on warriors previously, so let's say... improving the quality of advice is pretty good, because obviously I don't know that much about this world, so being able to learn more is not terrible. Oh, no, I'm gonna do one last step to boost my food capacity, so... Radra revealed the workings of her kid blessing. Traders of Der Shame, a charioteer clan, come hoping to barter their goods for your livestock. These wheel people, whose nobles ride great rattling death carts, share a history, language, and most of the same gods with you. Relations with them will tend to be strained at best. Riders, they say, this is your opportunity to bask in the splendor of our trade goods. We have seeds that nourish body and soul, banners that will bring beauty to the pitiful holes you live in, and jars to hold your sad excuse for kumis. Many of your ilk will prostrate themselves to gain the status these items confer. It is your unique privilege to receive the offer before all others. So, Lerai says we need friendship more than we do sunflower seeds. So, okay bargainer, excellent diplomat. Illyria, allow them, ally with them against the trolls. Yeah, we're not paying for the privilege of fighting the trolls, though. Charioteers aren't exactly foreigners, but they're not exactly us either. Let's not mix honest trade with unseemly politics. Scorning these bullying egoists could bolster our popularity. Stelfor of the West Clan fought Gold Talon, chief of the Big Chariot Clan. The struggle was brutal, with captives on both sides burning in fire cages. Urnos, I can always rely on you to cheer me up. They say riders like it's an insult. I am actually inclined with an artifice on this one, which is to trade shrewdly. Trade shrewdly so they think they're getting the best deal. How many cows worth of goods do you want? Let's go with 15. We gave them 15 cows worth of livestock for goods we thought were worth 20 cows. Not long after they left, we saw that the goods were really only worth 9 cows. Damn it! Alright. So I said I was done building shrines, but in this case I do want to do the kid blessing. This is just because it's going to boost my ability to produce. Alright, it is Earth season, so it looks like Clan Mood is worried. I'm going to try something here. So, choosing a clan circle is a balancing act to represent every family, a variety of gods, and useful skills. Click a skill to sort your leaders in different ways. Don't worry if you can't optimize everything. As usual, your leaders have their own opinions. Click to see them. You can slide the list to scroll it. Well, maybe I... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... I already have 7 circle members, so... I kind of wish I had a little bit more information in terms of the mood, but I am inclined to still keep going for magic. This map shows the opinions of nearby clans with a range of colors. Clans that favor us have their names written in blue, clans that dislike us in red. So Grey Wing is sort of... I mean, I'm actually not too worried about the way we are right now. It sort of seems that we have like one enemy which is in range. Okay. So there's 2 things that I'm thinking about here. In one sense, we can say boost magic, which will help us with recruitment. Then the other alternative is just start recruiting. Just start recruiting now and kind of prepare for the raiding season. It seems like there isn't a direct... So far as I can tell here, it doesn't look like there's a direct, like, get more... Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's something that just directly allows me to do more recruitment. So, I can boost my recruitment now. I can try and learn more magic now. I think I'm going to start with recruitment. Full-time elite warriors fight with lance and sword. They require a horse and annual gifts worth 1 cow. New swords need 3 cows worth of equipment. So recruit from promising raiders from outside the clan. Offer additional gifts worth 1 cow. Dismiss. No. Why call them they call them swords? Why don't they call me a feather? I could use more warriors. Asks someone more qualified. 1 sword is sick. Another sword or 2 seems reasonable. Yeah, how about another 13? Yeah, we'll recruit. We were able to raise 4 warriors. You catch foreigners hunting on your wildlands. They travel on foot and hunt with dogs. They might be Votanki, a nomadic people who live in the forested region to the east. You have heard of them before, but no one in your clan has ever met any of them. The West clans take and sell slaves, but as descendants of Zenengar the Just, we do not. What funny-looking people. The people are in no mood for clemency. They look hungry. Votank, who roams the forests of the east, is like Halor before he ascended to Elmal's side. If allowed to run wild, those dogs will one day bite our foragers. And our horses do not like those dogs. I really don't want to kill these people. Also, apparently I don't have any goods left. That was probably as a result of the recruitment, but... let's feed them. They told us of their immortal hero, Votank, who walked the earth with them and showed them how to hunt. Their people, they explained, also gave worship to his boon companion, Brother Dog. The people forgave them for taking our game without permission. We took pleasure in the tales they told of their faraway land. Okay, so if we're short on goods, I was going to do sort of recruitment and whatnot, but at this point I think caravans make straight-up trades of surplus for things you're short of or can establish trade routes. Trade routes make a small profit in goods every year. Choose a clan to send a trader to. Unless you're setting up a trade route or dealing with treasures, specify what you want to buy and what you're willing to sell in return. Sending a trading mission is an action which advances time. Well, you know what? Let's try taking advantage of our relations with Jade Colt, known for practicing pure horse practices. Their chief is Finovo. They owe us a favor. They keep slaves. So let's establish a trading route. Giant snowdrift cut off the only route to the Jade Colt clan. We will wait until warmer weather before attempting to trade again. Advisors will note when you won't produce as much food in a year as you'll eat. Your food stockpile gives you a buffer against starvation, but it will gradually be drawn down. Ventures in divine magic are a good route towards sustainability. Our food situation is good, and stored food will go bad. We should sell some. All right. Right, we can't send it because we're... more trade routes will support a larger market. Convincing other clans to form one is easier if you have an Incarna worshipper on your clan circle and have exotic goods available. We don't have the exotic goods. Let's find out who we get along with. Clan attitudes are complex. Liking or fearing you are usually somewhere in the middle, but they can swing into full-blown hatred or mockery. Use the menu above the list to show just those clans. All right. Vordrum likes us. And they're not too far away, so... Known for their fondness of exploring, their chief is Miriani. They like us, they owe us a favor, and they don't sell slaves. So, what I'm gonna do... So we'll sell food, we'll buy goods. You can send a small, medium, or large caravan by choosing the symbol next to sell and buy. Ah, we'll send a large caravan. Our caravan is back from the Four Drums. The Four Drum traders were pleased to receive our first caravan to them. We traded less than 4 weeks' worth of food for 29 cows' worth of goods. It would be helpful to have more sworn spirits. I would be happy to go on a mission to find one. I'm confident of my success, Yandaila advises. A delegation arrives from the Nar Anan clan and asks for you to make good on your on a favor you owe them. On behalf of their chiefdom, Asnom says, "We ask you for 24 cows." When you point out that this is more than the customary amount, the lead delegate shrugs. "If you reflect on your recent deeds, we think you will understand why we ask for more." We'll give them less than what they ask. Name Forgot often incurred obligations he never intended to repay. Do not run afoul of the sharp-witted Asnom. We must honor the impeccable courage of their chieftain. As a point of pride, their chieftain always pays back more than he owes. We should have acquired more cows in readiness for this day. We definitely have more cows then. I don't have an opinion on this. Disputes over unreturned favors can lead to feuds. So it looks like there's a few people recommending more. In this case, I was originally going to say give them less, but let's just give them... Actually, yeah, let's give them more. They thanked us heartily and departed. Our food situation is good, and stored food will go bad. We should sell some. I was rather hoping that we would do more than just trading. Like, again, at some point I would like to... I'd kind of like to build up some defenses or something like that. But seeing as I'm being advised that we're... Well, the other thing would be exploration. Let's do... Well, we still have one group that... So apparently it's the Sunbow who hates us, although you wouldn't know from the colors. It's definitely telling us to balance things out a little bit in terms of our wealth. I'm just trying to think whether or not... You know what? I do actually want to try exploration at some point, so... leave the red destination marker where it is to explore your own lands, or click to direct a mission. You can also send out expeditions for other reasons, such as gathering food. To do this, change the expedition's goal before choosing the destination. So I think Yandala wanted to search for spirits. So it is easier to find spirits outside any clan lands. So only in known lands, so we'll send them out there. Spirit Seekers need to search in mapped areas since they're not sent out with exploration. Okay. And I don't have any ideas in terms of what my my army composition should be, so I'm just going to go with the default here. And let's go trading with our friends. Oh yeah, we can't trade with the Jade Colt, so... who else is nearby? Either Fordrum or Arrowstone seems helpful here. And we've already traded with Fordrum, so Arrowstone it is. We're back from searching the west. We were able to capture an owl spirit. The shamans say allows more fighters to respond quickly. Our caravan is back from the Arrowstones. The Arrowstone traders were pleased to receive the first caravan we'd sent to them. We traded less than 2 weeks worth of food for 25 cows worth of goods. The owl spirit is ready to help us as it swore it would. Choose spirits from the pop-up menu on the magic screen to bargain with a sworn spirit. An unofficial delegation from a few families of the Greywing clan arrives at your border requesting a parley. Our chieftain has died, and our elders now decide who takes her place. Our candidate has the support of 3 families. 3 lean toward a rival who will be no friend to you. The 7th family plays both sides against one another, seeking promises of favorable pasture distribution. Our elders have noted your growing might. If you send a delegation to make clear your support for our side, you will not regret it. Zenengar said that he never interfered with the affairs of other clans until he saw the right opening. If we throw our weight behind another candidate, he will be even more beholden to us because it was not his idea. Our people need a reason to cheer us, so let's make a show of leaning on these petty conspirators. The other candidate might gift us if we swoop in to save him. We should have sent healing bombs to their previous chieftain. This doesn't seem right to me. And if we do as they ask, we will enjoy much sway over them. Let me just read this again. So, an unofficial delegation from the families of the Grey Wing clan arrives on your border requesting parley. Our chieftain has died, and our elders now decide who takes her place. Our candidate has the support of 3 families. 3 lean towards a rival who will be no friend to you. The 7th family plays both sides, one against the other, seeking promises of favorable pasture distribution. Our elders have noted your growing might, and if you send a delegation to make clear your support for our side, you will not regret it. So obviously we run the risk of the rival being emboldened by our intervention. But in that case, we just prepare for war. So we will intercede as they request. And we will bring our best diplomat. Yeah, we'll make it a... Sure. We have spare cows, so we'll bring 15. We made clear which choice of chieftain would plead us. Not wishing to attract either our wrath or our mockery, they saw the wisdom of our choice. Vishala, who owed her position to us, would surely do as we wanted in the future. Other rider clans also took note of our political clout. So fear has gone up. Like is still there, hate is at 1, and mockery 0. Alright, our prestige within the rider clans is reasonable. Ritual magic will make it easier to ask Nyelda and other gods to share some of their mysteries. To prepare for setting up shrines in the new land, we should devote magic to ritual. We just need to explore the valley we just moved to, so exploring magic is critical. Often it is better to concentrate our magic in a few areas. Of course, all rituals will be useful. If we honor Irissa's request and don't raid, we could still be attacked. And leave a few points in reserve. This can help boost all sorts of magic during the year. Now, we definitely have some pretty solid reserves already, but I am probably going to be a bit cautious on this. I'm curious what you guys think of this game, by the way, because I've never played King of Dragon Pass. I'm quite engrossed in this, but I also know chat's been a little bit quiet, and I don't know if that's because people are enjoying the story, or if that's just kind of people have sort of switched off. This is definitely a good time, though. I can also sort of see why King of Dragon Pass got its hooks into people with the mobile version. I can sort of see myself playing this on when waiting for something. Alright, last year 29 babies were born and we initiated 18 children as adults. The clan is 3 more people, 33 fewer head of cattle, and 3 more horses than we did last Sacred Time. Our crafters produced 48 cows worth of goods, but we didn't have a regular market for other clans to visit. Maintaining our shrines took 16 cows and goods worth 32 cows. The priestesses had visions of 3 white horses. They said that Irissa would reward us if we did not raid this year. We are now known as frequent traders, and Raven, Elmal's shadow, chased away much of our luck. However, Ernost showed up with an all-black horse, which he claimed was really Raven in disguise. Oh, neat. I'd love to know what the differences are between the 2 games if you'd care to share them. Also, let's read our saga. So, 14. The oracles predicted good calving. Kildurka's combat skill was acknowledged to be of heroic level. We cleared land for our cows and goats. Both the Norden and the Turrent families wanted to adopt a baby they had found floating in the Black Eel River. Indiga adopted the baby into her family, naming him Eulendus. Everyone agreed that this was a reasonable compromise. One of our foragers found a magical clay mask. We kept it for our use. Haughty Darshama charioteers came to trade with us. We negotiated with them. We gave them 15 cows worth of livestock for goods that we thought were worth 20 cows. Not long after they left, we saw that the goods were really only worth 9 cows. We caught Votaki hunting in our lands with dogs. We fed them. They told us of their immortal hero Votak, who walked the earth with them and showed them how to hunt. Their people, they explained, also gave worship to his boon companion, Brother Dog. The people forgave them for taking our game without permission. We took pleasure in the tales that they told us of their faraway land. Vile weather turned back our trading caravan bound for the Jade Colt clan, and Darvius led a caravan to trade with the 4 drums. The Nar Onani called in a favor, asking for 24 cows. We gave them more than they asked, and they thanked us heartily and departed. And our Divas led a caravan to trade with the Aristones. Families from the Greywing clan wanted us to weigh in for them as their elders mulled who their next chieftain would be. We interceded as they requested. We made clear which choice of chieftain would please us. Not wishing to attract either our wrath or our mockery, they saw the wisdom of our choice. Vishala, who owed her position to us, would surely do as we wanted in the future. All right. So we don't want to go raiding, so I will put the points into ritual again. Let's get some advice here. So our prestige within raider clans is reasonable. Ritual magic will make it easier to ask Nyelda and other gods to share some of their mysteries. To prepare for setting up shrines in our new land, we should devote magic to ritual. We will need to explore the valley we just moved to, so exploring magic is critical. It's often better to concentrate our magic in a few areas. Of course, all rituals be useful. Even if we honor Irissa's request and don't raid, we could still be attacked and leave a few points in reserve. Okay. So let's say diplomacy and exploring. Explorers from the 4-Drum clan keep finding new treasures as befits their long experience in rambling and their temple to Zarlin. I hear they went north where they encountered strange outlanders who gave them a mighty blessing to aid their crops. You should send me out that way to see if I can gain us something similar. Kaldurka is not the person who I normally would associate with, I don't know, nice stuff like that. People who have lived with partially down houses long enough, the mood is worried. It wouldn't be a problem if we had another Desano on the circle. I'm not sure. Oh, I get it. Another family member. The clan is fairly open-minded these days. We've not finished constructing our new homes, and we can still perform this venture to deal with this. Let us not forget to perform an adventure this year. A foraging venture never hurts, and I am concerned with how unhappy our people are. We can start a venture to improve their mood. You know what'll make them happy? Houses. Properly seal and decorate the houses. At first, people set to making more permanent roofs and refitting doors, but as the weeks went on, arguments began to break out about which family's houses would be the next. Work gradually stopped, and Darrow said that getting all 7 families to agree was never easy. He was willing to try and organize them a year from now. Ouch! Shamans of the Blue Crest clan appear at your clan boundaries to offer you the opportunity to purchase a lion spirit from them. Asked what it did, they say, helps win over bull-headed people. They are willing to let it go for just 30 cows worth of portable goods. The Blue Spirit, Big Blue Spirit asked Yande, when you give me to your friend, do you value me so little that you seek nothing in return? You can never have too many spirits. Do not needlessly complicate a simple transaction. Naturally, the spirit must consent to any arrangement. We do not have enough spirits. How can the spirit be used against the trolls? And an open purse makes one popular. I think we will offer the usual rate of 25 cows. They agreed. We concluded the deal without incident. Yeah. All right. Plenty of kind magic. This would help us perform a ritual, or we could use more. You know, let's just take a quick look at where we're at with cattle. Actually, yeah, before we go any further, I want to open some trading routes. So we'll start with a trading route to 4-Drum, and then we will... I think I'll also try and secure things with Jade Colt. I don't know if this affects any of this. Our caravan is back from the Four Drums. They agreed to trade with us on a regular basis, and we made a profit from the trip. Our market will likely make a profit of 21 cows worth of goods this year. Okay, this is good because I was starting to get a little worried about my goods, but now that we have a way of sort of bringing that in regularly. Next up, let's go for the Jade Colt. And we'll try and establish a new trading route. While out watching the flocks, your young herders spied a glowing object. Your most learned elders examine it and don't know what to make of it. It looks like it might be a lock of hair from a godlet, or perhaps skin shed by a snake goddess. It's divine, but you can't identify any specific magical properties, so your magicians say the best thing is to sacrifice it. Sometimes the people want us to keep a unique item like this, but we'll get more tangible benefit by sacrificing it, and they know it. The gods are still fighting. It's not that unusual to find drops of their blood, and sometimes more. We're not in serious need of anything, but livestock is wealth, and Darvis is away on a mission. Elistina, normally we'd keep something like this as a magical treasure. It's possible Raven would value it. It seems like any of these choices will get us something good, and it's easiest to gift livestock to other clans. I think in this case I'm actually going to go for horses because cattle, crops, and goats are things that I have well in hand right now, so let's help our horses. When Elistina laid the object in the sacrificial fire, it was consumed in a puff of sweet-smelling smoke that had seemed to form a horse head as it dissipated. You didn't have to be a priestess to know that Kimahri would be blessing our horses. Elistina said her bounty would last about a year. Your clan has a bounty in one or more areas, which typically makes things easier in that area. See advice in the relevant screen for information on the bounty. We have horse bounty because we sacrificed a magical object to help our horses. Our crafters will probably make about 54 cows worth of goods in the coming year. If we explored our own lands, we might discover an unusual item that our crafters could use. Exploration helps us learn where bandits and other evils lurk. It's been a while since we sent an expedition out. Alright. I think the best I can hope for right now would be to do... So I can do a combination in terms of exploration. I can do... I'm thinking maybe we explore to get some houses first. Let's do capture horses. The party prepares with Halor's Horsebreaker magic, not Zarlin's exploring magic, so they need to stay in mapped areas. I don't want to tread on Arrowstone territory, so let's actually move maybe a little bit further to the edge there. All right. So for some reason I'm not able to send it. Oh. Because I got it. So, do I want to try and learn it? Or do I want to try and do something else? I suppose it is actually... I did say that in the intervening time, it would be a good idea for me to try and get more blessings. So Halor is a pretty good argument, seeing as I am going to want... to acquire... Basically, I'm looking for ways of trying to acquire new things, so... I mean, market wouldn't be terrible. I do want to start putting some investment in Relander, but I think because we currently have something that benefits horses, let's do a sacrifice. Halar unveiled the mysteries of his law blessing. I didn't want that. Our caravan is back from the Jade Colts. The Jade Colt traders were pleased to receive the first caravan we'd sent them. They agreed to trade with us on a regular basis, and we made a profit from this trip. I'm disappointed that it's the Four Drum clan that discovered the Blue Boar. We should send out a few explorers to find something too. Okay, I think we're going to do the same thing here, and, well... What season is it? It's early Earth. I think I am going to send another... I think I actually want to start sending out a little bit more in terms of exploration, so... Let's go... We have no allies. It's time that we sent an emissary seeking better relations. I would be happy to travel and befriend a clan. The people of the Blue Crest clan have been acting skittish around you lately. Doubtless this is due to your fighting prowess. Some of your advisors say that this is a problem. Others say that it's an opportunity. Attacking all out will make them both hate and fear us. An honor raid yields fear, but not hate. Full battle is riskier than an honor raid, but carries greater rewards. Elmal made honor raids so brothers could fight without descending into strife, but our neighbors aren't our brothers exactly. When wealth is taken by force, it is the emissary who speaks, not the trader. A full raid now will prevent us from tending to the barley. When the first clan split into 4 clans, they said they would not fight, and for a year this held true. Our people will not like it if we fight and fail, or if we fail to fight. I am inclined to... I think we will allay their fears with a gift. I don't want to leave the fields unattended with a raid. They accepted our gift, though without much gratitude, as much gratitude as we expected. The people grumble with with the warriors grumbling loudest of all. Well, I tried, but I was probably a little too tight-fisted. All right, I'm gonna try and get Horsebreaker. Nice. One of the reasons we settled here was that the Black Eel River had not been tamed, and we couldn't take the entire clan across. But we also heard stories that the Ram people lived on the other side, and now I heard from a Jade Colt traveler that the Four Drums saw a group of Rams performing some ritual on the far side of the river. We will have to be wary of those brutal barbarians. The worshippers of the Storm God are powerful now, but they won't always be. Exploring to the north, Keldurka and company encounter an unfamiliar people who surprisingly speak the Imperial language. They identify themselves as the Yandlings and claim to have once been raiders like yourselves. Their leader, Retva, who is both a woman and man, says that his ancestors knew that the sun was doomed when their chieftain, name forgot, lost the Battle of Anguish Ford. So they struck out on their own, putting gods aside to deal only with spirits. Retva's clan venerates Raven above all. The sky is falling, and soon will be filled by dead stars and black feathers. Let us drape you in the blanket of beaks, Keldurka. Beneath it, you will learn Raven's deepest truths. So never forget that Raven is a trickster. We can accept her offer, give them gold for your honor belts, hotly refuse, politely decline, or punish their blasphemy by putting them to the sword. Well, Keldurka knows what she's talking about, so we'll politely decline. Even Keldurka's gracious words ruffled their feathers. They waved their blanket at us, spoiling our luck with spirits for a while. Alright. We are now into the dark season. I'm kind of inclined to fortify myself at this time. Although... No, you know what? I do want to do my one explore action. I want to try and get some horses, so... Alright. Oh, that's right, because I need to actually get the horse... I need to activate the A yawning chasm in the earth opens up in your pasture land, swallowing a few goats. You build a wooden fence around it, of course, to prevent further herd losses. Then what? We can post herders to watch the hole. We can reallocate pasture land between the clan's families. We can try and close up the hole with an earth magic ritual, or do nothing. Good thing no horses fell in. From holes in the earth, the stone people crawled, harrying us during our flight from the Golden City. It is not my family's fault that this happened to on our pastures. To reallocate is only fair. Posting herders poses little risk and will show that we're doing something. If we do not start reallocating right this second, we reveal ourselves as the worst clan circle in history. We allocate pastures between the 7 families on a yearly basis. The negotiation takes up the council's attention for a long time. It was the trolls who did this. And, the council really does seem to be trying to push... Really does seem to be pushing posting herders. I'm going to try and close up the hole with an earth magic ritual. Nyalda, Earth Mother, and her daughters, Pella, Busanari, and Urarda, heard our pleas and sealed the hole up. Okay. Let's do... Again, we're getting close to the end, so late dark season. I don't have a lot of hope for finding horses, but I do want to try and get the whatever advantage this bounty will give me, so... There are no wild horses to be found. Damn it! Nobles from the Paralun clan rumble their carts to your clan borders and make a strange request. They wish to embark on a ritual journey to the god's war. One of their priests will take the role of their god Samnal in a rite called the Samnal Woman Tamer. In their story, Samnal humiliates Hylor after he encourages women to consider themselves equal to men. Their magic will be strengthened if a rider joins the ceremony in the role of an enemy. The participant will not be harmed, but will undergo a symbolic defeat. If the ritual succeeds, they will give you 20 cows. Samnal is the brother of Ozra and Verlaro we don't talk about. Make our refusal clear with a thick helping of mockery. Participation will dim our own magic even if they fail. Sure, why not? I do like this traitor guy, but when only gods like Samnal or Rogros feature in our rituals, we do not invite them to suffer humiliation. We might whoop against them, though. I don't have an opinion on this, and do this for free, and they'll forget the one big grudge against us. We will refuse. We do not refuse politely. We heaped scorn upon them. The people took joy in our righteous invective. Alright, it's late storm season, so we will... The White Goddess asks that we do not raid this year. We should honor and respect her for life. Shrine to Ozra would make our bows more effective. We could use more warriors. Shrine to Elmal would provide battle magic. Actually, maybe I do want to do recruitment. The White Goddess asked us not to raid. We should build a watchtower. This help us spawn. Yeah, so the tricky thing here is I don't know if I want to do fortifications or if I want to do... if I want to add more warriors. Fortifications can help you survive a battle and protect you from being plundered if you lose. A watchtower helps you spot raids so you can respond with more warriors. It's usually a good idea to build one early in the game. If we all pitch in, we'll have better fortifications in no time. We should build a watchtower to help spot raids and give us time to respond. We can still improve our fortifications. Yeah, so watchtower to start with. Dostal Karn died of old age. He had outlived most of his age mates. He taught the clan so much. Doran's party has returned from looking for wild horses to capture. They were ambushed by trolls, 1 died, and 3 were wounded, including Doran. Orisa was pleased that we refrained from raiding last year. In thanks, she gave the clan a harmony blessing. Alright, and we have passed over into the next year. So, Last year, 26 babies were born, and we initiated 19 children as adults. The clan has 13 fewer people, 9 fewer head of cattle, and 6 fewer horses than we did last sacred time. Our crafters produced 47 cows worth of goods. Our market made a profit of 13 cows worth of goods. Maintaining our shrines took 16 cows and goods worth 32 cows, so definitely our shrines are a pretty heavy expense on goods. The shaman said that disease spirits would not trouble us in the coming year. We are known for our rudeness. And Raven, Elmal Shadow, chased away much of our luck, and people accused Ernost of breaking into the smokehouse and biting every sausage curing there. Not great. Okay, so rituals. Let's try crafts. I think we're gonna go for diplomacy and war here, but so many people are sick. Devote our magic to health. Really? Many sick? All right. Prepare for setting up shrines in a new land. We should devote magic to ritual. We will need to explore the valley we just moved into, so exploration magic is critical. It's often better to concentrate our magic in a few areas. Of course, all are useful. Our prestige within the raider clans is reasonable, and leave a little in reserve. This can help us. Yeah, I'm fine with... actually, I'll put one into harmony as well. And we'll read... Through the omens, Irissa asked us not to raid this year. We tried to complete our houses, but 7 families fell into bickering. Work was left unfinished. Shamans of the Blue Crest offered to sell us a lion spirit. We offered the usual rate, and they agreed. And Darvius convinced the 4 Drum clan to create a new trading route. Herders found an object that might have been a lock of hair from a godlet, perhaps skin shed by a snake goddess. We sacrificed it to Gamori to help our horse herds. Darvius convinced the Jade Colt clan to create a new trading route. We learned that the Blue Crests were nervous of our might, and we chose to allay their fears with a gift. Our explorers met people called Yandlings, who claimed to share ancestors with us, but dealt only with spirits. Redfeather, their leader, offered to wrap Kaldurka with a blanket that would confer Raven's secrets. Kaldurka politely declined. Even Kaldurka's gracious words ruffled their feathers. They waved their blanket at us, spoiling our luck with spirits for a while. A chasm opened up in our pasture land. We performed an earth magic ritual to close up the hole. Nyalda, Earth Mother, and her daughters, Pella, Busanari, and Urada, heard our pleas and sealed the hole up. Wheels from the Parl Un clan asked one of us to take the enemy role when they performed the Samnel Woman Tamer ritual. We refused, heaping scorn upon them. The people took joy in our righteous invective. Okay. I am going kind of heavy on these priorities, but we'll see what we can do. Each member of the circle had the same dream sent by the gods. They were warned that a hostile wind would blow through the valley, but that it would not blow the star dancers away if we were true to Elmal and loved Nyalda. Misanari wanted us to increase our herds. Halor told us to ride to our neighbors as friends as often as we did as raiders. Pella said that we would honor her by not only by feeding our people, but by exploring her land. Even Raven was there. He did a lewd dance and said that we would have to do an impossible thing to survive. It was not entirely clear, but my sense is that there was no one thing we must do. For now, we can complete our partially finished homes and make the shrines we left behind with the Father clan, explore our new home, and send out emissaries. We'll have to see what the gods have in store for us. 3 children of your clan have been discovered wielding magical fire powers. Fortunately, they haven't hurt themselves or damaged anything, yet, but the flames they summon exceed the power of experienced priests. So Larai says, 4 drums know fire magics, we don't. They could help the children hone their powers, but they will have to be talked into it. Elara says, they have war magic in them. We must stoke it, as Elmal stokes the red coals of his inner fire. Ordinary people who are not mighty heroes typically don't wield magic until they come of age at 13. The boys and warrior girls take the lone ride. The rest of the girls are reborn from the dreaming cave. Kids with great magic can grow up into mighty heroes. Their prestige will aid us in trade. Wildfire magic? I see burning barley field in our future. And Verlaro, son of Elmal, burned his crib when he was 4. Elmal thought to scold him, but then saw a crisped snake amid the coals. And kids may believe their promises when they make them, yet still fail to keep them. So our options are to perform a ritual to ask the spirits to safely remove their powers, perform a ritual to return their power to the gods, send them to the Four Drum Clan for training, and warn them not to draw on these powers until they come of age. I think send them to the Four Drum Clan for training, which will both keep them from being a liability, as well as make them useful in the future. You overcome the Four Drum Clan's reluctance, convincing them to take the children in. Alright, so we don't want to fight the people have lived in partially done Alright, so let's get that finish houses. Properly seal and decorate houses. Endaro led the clan in improving smoke holes, sealing leaks, and decorating. All 7 families worked on each other's houses for many weeks. As a final step, a devotee of Busarian wrote the names of the ancestors on the door sills. Alright, let's send an emissary to the Four Drum Clan now. If we never visit other clans, they will think we are plotting against them. We should send an emissary before our standing drops. We really don't have much in common. Don't have much in common interest with the Rams on the other side of the Black Eel River. Alright, Grey Wings most respect our might, and Arrowstone clan most disrespects us. Four Drums like us the most, and the Sunbows hate us the most. Other clans might be interested in hearing about the Yandlings. Our overall respect among the Raider clans is fair. So let's start... known for being extraordinarily haughty. Their chief is Heston. They owe us a favor. They keep slaves. The Arrowstone, we owe them a favor. They don't sell slaves. Erratic chieftains, they fear us. We owe them a favor. They sell slaves but don't keep them. And Four Drum, known for fondness of explain. Alright, let's start with the Tor Ashta. Unless, actually, let me just take a quick look at the... So, I'm still trying to figure out what these symbols mean. Could be the worship Gamari. So in this case, I'm actually going to try Arrowstone just because of the commonality. Emissaries can perform a number of missions. Giving gifts is a slow but good route to popularity. If you want an alliance or tribute, make sure that the clan likes or fears you first. Sending a diplomatic mission is an action which advances time. Okay, we'll send 15 herds. It doesn't seem like there's much else we can do other than, like, give them stuff, so... You need to pick a response that you want to focus on. For example, is calming or feasting more important? A legal dispute between 2 of your families has been settled, but rancor continues. Barsden brought a case against Yanridin for grazing herds on land allocated to his family. As tradition demands, they took their case before the three clan elders, who ruled in favor of Yuan Raiden. 2 appeals, first to other elders, and then even the chiefdom affirmed the ruling. Even so, Barsden's family, the Nordens, continue to complain and argue. Other families now say that their bickering sows discord through the entire clan. By Elmal's fiery beard, I have ruled on this matter and is settled. 7 families made up the first clan. At first it was 8, but Hyler fixed it to prevent deadlocks. To send your stock is to graze on lands not allocated to you as theft, but this is a settled case and not worth more fuss. My family was wronged. The Norden family wants 2 cows as compensation for Yuanrin's improper grazing. When in doubt, give the people something to shoot at. Stage an archery contest for the entire clan. Oh, that's kind of interesting, actually. Archery contest. I don't have that much in terms of goods, drat. We'll do 3. Yeah, 2. The distraction brought cheer to the whole clan as soon as the dispute between the families was forgotten. Your emissary, Lerai, nears the Arrowstone village. She brought 15 cows to offer as a gift. We'll just give the gifts for now. We sent Lerai to give 15 cows to the Arrowstone clan. Lerai reports the Arrowstones more than once praised the gifts we presented to them. Near as I could tell, they think very well of us. Interesting. Okay, so let's just take a look at where we are with our wealth. We're getting a little bit low on the cattle. I know we tend to use that a lot for other things. Should establish another permanent trading route. Wow. I think that gives me something to do. Our caravan is back from Arrowstones, and they agreed to trade with us on a regular basis, and we made a profit from this trip. And I think I'm actually going to send another Arrowstone expedition. Send another 15. Propose an alliance. Your emissary Lerai journeys to Arrowstone territory to propose an alliance. How does she make the approach? We can always help each other, even if we don't have an obvious way to do so. You are strong, we are rich. You are rich, and we are strong. No clan is without allies. Yeah. It's an expensive alliance, but they agreed that we should join forces against the valley's many dangers, and we became our allies. We swore oaths of support and promised to worship at each other's temples. Your village potters complain that their vessels are not firing properly. Your shamans speak to the village's kiln spirit. They discover that it is displeased by what it calls your increasing disrespect for the old ways. We had to learn a new style of kiln building when we left the Golden City. Kill the kiln, and with it, the obstreperous spirit that inhabits it. Convincing the people to shrug this off won't be easy. A new kiln costs us goods worth about 10 cows, and it will take about 2 seasons to build. We shamans can handle this. We have been firing it too often, and it is tired. And spirits are forgotten. This will soon be forgotten. Okay. I don't really trust the people who are good at magic. Let's try the shamans to calm it down. To make the ritual more powerful, our shamans can draw on clan magic or stress their relation with the spirits. Yes. Shaman said the kiln remained recalcitrant. Other clans know of our rudeness. So I am a little concerned about the... A little concerned about the good situation. Shrine to Elma would provide battle magic. Let's double check where we're at on that. We should probably be putting some efforts into this before we start going too crazy with war. Must not take in the harvest, not send the reapers. Yeah, okay. Could use more warriors. Okay, full-time elite warriors fight with lance and sword. They require horse, annual gifts worth 1 cow. New swords need 3 cows worth of equipment. I'm curious what'll happen to my goods when I do this. Okay, 4 warriors. Fireflower emissaries seek your aid hunting bandits. Raiders exiled from their home clans have been ambushing traders. They think the bandits maintain a hiding place nearby, making you ideal partners in this effort. Can offer to hunt them on our own. Almel trained us both his son and daughter by taking them out to suppress bandits. It is good to keep a few bandits around to have someone to blame your crimes on. Almel hates bandits and will aid us if we call on him. The bandits have plundered a number of trade missions. If we beat them ourselves, we get all that loot. Most bandits were born in this valley and banished from their clans, not always fairly. Obviously, we take less risk by fighting alongside them, and by striking hard against the bandits, we can show the Fireflowers how tough we are in a friendly way. Actually, that's a good point, so let's help them hunt the bandits. And Kaldurka will... Let's bring 5 and 3. Kaldurka could not find the bandits. The Fireflowers grew testy, saying that we did not know what we were doing, but that could not be helped. Kaldurka said that they wouldn't be worthy of the name bandit if they were bad at hiding. Alright, that's unfortunate. Dark season. See what the Darshama think of us. So it's just the Sunbow who don't like us. So let's raid the Sunbow instead. It's been 3 years since we last raided. Other clans are beginning to think less of us. It is not urgent, but more warriors would be helpful. Raids are great feasts for the ravens. The Terme are the weakest of the nearby clans. Well, they don't like me that much. The Rams are still on the far side of the Black Eel River. Let's not provoke them until we are better established in the valley. It's been 3 years since we last raided. The Arrowstones are the weakest of the nearby clan. Yeah, that's not happening. Overall, I don't think we should be the first to raid. We need the cooperation of our neighbors to prosper. But the Sunbow don't like us, so I don't need to worry too much about that. But it looks like we can't actually take them on. So, sorry, Artarima. We'll bring a little bit more. Raiders could not find a place to cross the Black Eel River. The Black Eel spirit churned the waters. Draw on clan magic to overcome the Black Eel spirit. With the support of the clan's magic, they were able to cross and continued their journey. The Artarima patrols detected us. On our 20 swords and 80 bows, we're facing 5 charioteers and 108 footmen. We'll throw all of our magic into it and hope for the best. Oh, wow. Interesting. Let's skirmish. We are too busy firing on the Air Terame to be concerned by their war bells. I think I'm still going to try working down these... I'm going to try working down their regulars till we have a numerical advantage. Okay, the Artarame tried to circle around us, but our well-aimed arrows took a heavy toll on them. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter. Let Kaldurka have her day. Kaldurka feels the might of Ozra filling her right when the chance for personal heroism presents itself. Can take out as many wheel footmen as possible, attack where the enemy is strongest, fight a tall warrior in a scythe-bladed chariot, or stay with her companions. Kaya LB, thank you very much for the host. We'll fight a tall warrior in a scythe-bladed chariot. Everyone stopped to watch a duel that seemed to go on forever. Then the charioteer noble fell. Kaldurka raised her blade in thanks to Ozra and rode back to our ranks. How you doing, Totally Not Malkin 2? Alright, this is, by the way, like, I've really been enjoying this story. This combat is great. It's obviously really simple in its presentation, but, like, my hands are a little bit sweaty, and I'm like, what's gonna happen next? Okay, I'm playing 6 Ages, Ride Like the Wind, which is something that Kitfox game has published. It's by A-Sharp Games. Kitfox gave me a press key, and I've been having a jolly good time with it. It is a spiritual successor to a game called King of Dragon Pass, which I actually never played before. But it seems to be very much loved by the people watching, so I'm having a great time. How you doing? All right. Press the attack. Alright, we lost quite a few. Chariots with blades on axles took a cruel toll on our forces, and we had to fall back. They gained the upper hand, and Darrow said that he would have a hard time matching the enemy war leader. So let's fight cleverly. Sometimes the battle has a pivotal moment when a leader has a chance to act heroically. This is one of those times. Cherokee makes an impetuous ride to face a high-helmeted charioteer, slaying him. Then our Terama footmen close ranks surrounding him. Very good at combat. Let's use raiding tricks to hold them off until reinforcements arrive. Flashing hooves kept pike thrusts at bay. Onrushing Star Dancer regulars broke the encircling formation. Cherokee fought alongside them, felling many. Wait for opportunities. We thought we saw an opportunity, but it turned out that they were merely feinting to draw us out and sent their death cards at us. They gained the upper hand. So, fight cleverly. They tried to hold their ground, but we pressed them hard. It was soon over. Alright, it was a bloody battle. Our combat magic overwhelmed theirs. We drove the Air Terame from the battlefield, and we were able to plunder their lands. We captured 28 cows. We took 5 cows worth of loot. Due to their prompt healing, our auxiliaries kept 5 warriors from dying and healed 6 of the wounded. Now, that's a pretty costly battle, though. Let's rebuild whatever strength we can. Works for me. Spirits can be as lazy as the rest of us. They will not help unless we ask. For example, the Owl Spirit has not given us a benefit for a while. Oh boy. Trolls, evil creatures of darkness who have harried you since your people left the Golden City, lumbered into your grazing lands yesterday to drive off some of your cattle. The cows belong to a household of the Sano family who have been hard hit by losses lately. Ernost, a member of your clan circle, asks that the other 6 families each give them a few animals to make up for this. Normally we would not ask, Ernost says, but we have borne more than our share of misfortune these past seasons and need to help. This all comes down to how the clan is feeling. We would not ask for help if we didn't need it. Whoever herds a particular cow, we can't afford to have trolls eating them. This is merely a matter of moving wealth around inside the clan. It only affects how we feel about each other. Once the chieftain distributes livestock to a family, they belong to that family, so any losses they suffer. But Halor has said new circumstances call for new laws. If you would learn to fight, Ernost, you could go and get those cows back, and we need the clan reserve for dealing with other clans. All other families will help. The people complied grudgingly with the Circle's decision. I know our morale is going to be hurting. Yeah. Banditry threat. I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to start... I think we should do some fortifications. Okay, so ditch, a rampart, oh, I also need to keep in mind the goods. Well, we'll start with a ditch, but we're going to be poor. Some of the people led by Zaxoro say that the clan should be doing more to survive in the changing world. Others point out that besides migrating to the valley only 4 years ago, you were actually doing a lot. Seeds take time to grow, and it may well be that it will fall to the children to ride to the next big possibility. The Golden Age was changeless. That's what made it ideal. Why is everyone so quick to do something? Don't you see the value in laziness? Our herds are adequate, so we shouldn't feel like we have to go on a raid for more. We just went on one. I think the idea of a city is a good one, but it will take a lot more planning before we should involve the clan. Our ancestors helped Ikarna. We will get an opportunity to do something similar. I'm not the cow expert, but if you decide to raid, you should know that the Arrowstones are the weakest of our neighbors. One of the things we should be doing is sending emissaries to other clans, but we don't need a meeting of the Circle to arrange that. Okay, let's explore our new surroundings. People were excited to learn more about what lay outside our clan lands. Sortiga, an embassy from the Four Drum clan, comes to you with the cows you recently lost to troll raiders. I found these bearing your clan's brand, she says, next to some dead trolls. Whatever killed them must have been bigger and hungrier than they were, if such a thing can be imagined. The return of these lost cows has cheered our people. The goddess Ikarna is sister to the horse goddess Gamri, and she rides a steed who is Gamri's half-sister. We can afford to give her half the cows. After all, it's 5 cows we didn't have until she brought them back. Her clan already trades with us. She drives a shrewd bargain. We might benefit from the sacrifice too, though at the cost of goods we can ill afford. I wonder what would kill trolls so easily without eating cattle, and her clan trades with it, yet has come to hate us. Let's honor her with a sacrifice to her goddess. General sacrificing valuables is worth at least 5 cows, helps get the attention of the gods. A bigger sacrifice increases the chance of success. In this case, we'll just do the 5 that we would have given to her as a reward. The sacrifice returns auspicious omens. Sortiga says, Ikarna, the trade goddess, has given us a blessing. You will bargain well in the seasons ahead. She will tell her clan, and you will grow in her esteem. Okay, I think we do still need to send out some expeditions, if memory serves. So let's do... let's do the Tor Ashta. If we know who will next attack, we can prepare for them. So your Star Seers believe that several significant conjunctions are about to occur. Ever since the storm god Orlanth slew Yelm, the sky has been unpredictable, and worse, the next few nights are likely to be overcast. The Sky Priests ask the Circle how they should concentrate their observations and prayers for clear skies, so that the clan can best take advantage of the timing of any portents. Okay, so... I say since Umath showed up, the sky has not been stable. It got worse after his son Orlanth struck down the sun. It was much easier for our distant ancestors to read the omens in the stars. Whatever makes Star Squinters happy, Raven will change things no matter what. Ever since the death of Yelm, Elmal illuminates the day, but there is now a night sky, whereas star captains reign. I have nothing to add. We brought the secrets of reading and writing from Nivera, so we can refer to the star ledgers and get a more accurate look at the future. And if we know who will next attack, we can prepare for them. That's really tempting, but let's say unusual events the future will bring. More stars than usual were visible in the reeds at the edge of the celestial river. The priest said to expect a visit from riverfolk. The clouds parted to show Illyria crossing the stellar desert towards the eye of the star dragon, while the bat approached from the other side of the celestial river. In a generation, maybe two, our lives would all change. The seers couldn't say if love or destruction would win. The oldest priest said that this was because it would depend on our own actions. Your emissary, Lirai, says that nears the Tor Ashta village. She has brought 10 cows to present as a gift. So we'll just give the gifts in this case. We sent Lirai to give 10 cows to the Tor Ashta clan. The Tor Ashta chief seemed taken aback that we had sent a woman as our representative. Lirai reports the Tor Ashta more than once praised the gifts that we presented to them. I believe we can now consider Heston, their chief, to be friendly, though charioteers still like to put on a scornful air. Alright, new season. Indiga 16. Last year, 28 babies were born. We initiated 19 children as adults. Our clan has 3 more people, 9 fewer head of cattle, and 4 more horses than we did last sacred time. Our crafters produced 48 cows worth of goods. Our market made a profit of 25 cows worth of goods, though we're still at 0 for some reason. Maintaining our shrines took 16 cows, and goods worth 32 cows. Well, this would explain it. Omens showed Zerilyn on a dappled horse, who said that we should explore distant lands this year. We are known for our rudeness. Raven the Trickster stole magic from the clan. We did not ask from where. However, Ernos nipped at people with a wooden beak. Okay. Put things into crafts. Diplomacy. I think we're also going to explore, so it's not much of a reserve. But I'm going with it. Also, we will read what we did just before. Our shaman said that disease spirits would not trouble us. Children of our clan were found performing fire magic, mightier than that of experienced priests. We asked the Four Drum clan to take them in and train them. They agreed. All 7 families worked on each other's houses for many weeks. As a final step, a devotee of Bursaran wrote the names of the ancestors on the door sills. A lingering legal dispute between Norden and Zarent families brought discord to the clan. We staged an archery contest. This distraction brought cheer to the whole clan, and soon the dispute between the families was forgotten. We sent Lirai with gifts to the Arrowstones. An Artivus convinced the Arrowstone clan to create a new trading route. Lirai sought an alliance with the Arrowstones. They agreed that we should join forces against the valley's many dangers, and they became our allies. Our kiln stopped firing properly, displeased by what it said was our disrespect for the old ways. Our shaman spoke soothing words to it, and the shaman said that the kiln remained recalcitrant. The Fireflowers wanted our help fighting bandits. We said that we would help. Keldurka could not find the bandits. The Fireflowers grew testy, saying that we did not know what we were doing, but that could not be helped. Our raiding party had to spend clan magic to cross the Black Eel River. We raided the Araterame. Jerikim slew a high-helmeted charioteer and was surrounded by enemy footmen. Flashing hooves kept pike thrusts at bay. Onrushing Stardance irregulars broke the encircling formation. Jerikim fought alongside them, felling many. We drove the Araterame from the battlefield and were able to plunder their lands. Trolls carried off stock belonging to the Desano family. As they had been hard hit as of late, they asked the rest of the clan to replace their losses. All families helped offset their losses. The people complied grudgingly with the Circle's decision. People complained that we should be doing more to survive as the world changed. The council promised we would explore our new surroundings. An emissary from the Four Drum clan returned cows that we lost to troll raiders. We honored her with a sacrifice to the trade goddess. With her aid, the ritual yielded a trade blessing. She said that she would speak well of us to her clan. Starseers had an opportunity to observe for certain portents. Looking for unusual events, they said that we would expect a visit from Riverfolk, and we sent Lorelei with gifts to Tor Ashday. Alright, I think this is going to be the last one. I think this is going to be the last one that like the last sort of year that I do before I have to go to bed. So we could not afford to make the proper sacrifices to Pella, and the shrine has fallen into disrepair. Currently maintaining our shrines and temples take 16 cows and 32 cows worth of goods each year. The Bluecrest clan have composed a song to celebrate the fine productivity of their fields. It is a little on the saucy side, and so is fun as well as boastful. All the raider clans sing it now. I wonder if we shouldn't raid them and take some of their stored grain. Now that you've prepared crop and pasture land and put the finishing touches on people's homes, it's time to turn to the clan hall. 3 major tasks remain, though you don't have enough goods to decorate the hall. Each project involves the entire clan, so you won't be able to perform another venture this year. But a completed clan hall is a powerful symbol of unity, which will allow you to organize more ventures when it's finally ready. So, if we do nothing, the people will complain. They're already in a poor mood. Our ancestors carried decorations from Nivera, where they had to leave. Our father and brother clans have some of those now. We need to make new ornamentation so that our descendants can someday carry to new lands. I would be happy to decorate with raven droppings, if you know what I mean. Either that, or I can eat things. Everyone in the clan will prepare traditional food. The feast will dip into our food reserves, but at least we won't risk hunger right afterwards. Not only will our crafters be busy working on painting and stonework, we would need to devote at least 50 cows worth of goods to decorating. We'll need to stockpile more. This isn't a good time to sacrifice, since making sure the gods receive it well might require twice as much as usual. Our hangings should show us defeating the trolls, and if we do... Okay, let's host a feast. Everyone in the clan came together with traditional dishes and plenty of kumis. The 9-layer bread was the talk of the feast. Our ancestors were obviously pleased that everyone sang in their honor. Everyone left happy. If we finish our clan hall, we could perform another venture each year. We still haven't consecrated it by sacrificing to the gods. Right, okay. So clearly, I need to get on goods. So we promised to explore banditry threat and distant exploration omen. Okay, well clearly we need to... We said we were going to explore, so let's start with that. Kaldurka and her party could not find a place across the Black Eel River. The spirit of the river opposed them. Draw on clan magic to overcome the Black Eel spirit. With the support of the clan's magic, they were able to cross and continued their journey. We've not done enough to ensure people are fed. We do have plenty of food for now, but that won't last if we don't take action. We will probably eat more than we produce during the coming year. We should ask for blessed barley from Pella. Oh, that's right, because it was the shrine that fell apart. Emissaries from the Arrowstones approach you as to request your participation in a mass ritual to guard the valley against granite rain. You are hearing of this problem for the first time, having seen no sign of it nearby. There must be stories about granite rain, but I can't think of any offhand. Better to mock than be mocked. Let ML be our bulwark. We need to preserve our meager goods. The more we sacrifice, the greater our chance of success. If we decline to take part, we should not add insult to injury. And the Arrowstones are our friends. We will praise their efforts. Their emissaries thanked us, but clearly expected more. Elistina said their expectations were not ours to control. Okay. So... yeah, we don't have enough goods, so let's at least do a sacrifice. Pella didn't respond to our sacrifice. It was true that we had devoted magic during sacred time to improve the odds of successful sacrifice, but this was not a guarantee. Also, our sacrifice was not large. While we were exploring the southwest, we came across the remains of what must have been another clan scouting party. It was obvious that they were raiders, but hard to tell what clan they were from. Finally, Churka realized that they must have been fireflowers from their clothing. We gave a small offering to Zarlin, lest we suffer their fate. Informed the Fireflower clan about their explorers? Yes. The Fireflowers blamed us for their demise. Larai said that it was never easy being the bearer of bad news. Maybe we should have helped the Arrowstones with the ritual after all. They continue to struggle with granite rain, and they blame us for the failure of their rite. Their neighbors are worried too. Alright. Let's take a look. I think I'm going to try the 5 again. Yes. We're being raided by the Northern Wheels. There are 17 chariots with another 112 on foot. The Arrowstones warned us, and 22 swords and 105 bows have met them. We'll drive them off. Let's put all of our magic into it. Alright. I think we'll start with skirmish as before. Northern Wheels rushed us before we'd loosed more than a few volleys. Let's continue to fight clever. I'm still trying to whittle them down before we do anything too special. We fought ferociously, but we still pushed them back. Our choice of tactics helped put an end to the fight. It was a brief but bloody battle. Their battle magic was greater than ours, but we weren't daunted. We drove the Northern Wheels off, and their survivors left without looting our land. Aided by the white goddess Orisa, our auxiliaries kept 3 warriors from dying and healed 1 of the wounded. Alright, our clan magic is exhausted, but that was a known factor, so I think it said we don't want to be going across the Black Eel River, so let's do some exploration further away. A delegation of Weeders foreigners who live on the shores of the nearby Black Eel River petitions you for aid against the Four Drum Clan. We're not rich like you, but we get by digging for clams and fishing, they say, using the simple tongue of trade. Those raiders harry us mercilessly in search of our treasure, a large magical pearl. We'll give it to you if you stop them from raiding us. So wait till later and then raid them for the pearl. This is my diplomat saying that. They don't ride, they are a nothing people. My family dislikes the Four Drum Chieftain. People complain if we do nothing. We don't trade much with the Weeders, but we could certainly trade with the Four Drums. To attack them while they're here would breach hospitality, but if you give them a bit of a head start after they leave... Okay, everybody wants to raid these guys, and while I like being a nice guy, yeah, we're totally raiding these guys. The Weeders didn't seem to follow our excuse of intra-clan politics, and they were dejected when we turned them down. When is later? Next raiding season. Alright, we are being raided by the Arterame. There are 8 chariots with another 107 on foot. They slipped past our patrols. We could raise only 10 swords and 52 bows in time. Yikes! Drive them off. And again, in this case, we definitely need to skirmish. Our skirmishers fired only half-heartedly at the Arterame, dismayed by their war bells. Let's maneuver. Yikes! We had a maneuver under a devastating barrage of arrows. Again, we'll fight cleverly. Ooh! One of the Arterame chariots darted in to rescue a fallen fighter as others waited in readiness. They ended up with a better position. Suddenly it seemed that they might win, and Darrow said that he would have a hard time matching the enemy war leader. Wait for opportunities. We were taken aback by their risky attacks. It was soon over. It was a brief but bloody battle. Their battle magic helped carry them to victory. We were forced off the battlefield. The Arterame drove off with 27 cows and 13 horses. They took 17 cows worth of loot. With their careful attention, our auxiliaries saved 2 warriors from dying and bandaged 2 of the wounded. Not great. Okay, I think I'm going to throw everything into goods production, so... market seems like a good idea. We've already got crafting, so yeah, in this case, you catch 4 young huntsmen of the Jade Colts poaching on your land. When caught, they say they wandered here in pursuit of game of their own, and were not told to come here by their elders. Stelfor Westclan burned poaches and fire cages. He was feared, but not loved. Everyone responds well to scolding. The people will be content with leniency, but might cheer a good scolding. The boys will be worth more if we risk... Yeah, but the Jade Colts are allies, so... they should yield a ransom of about 20 cows. Oh, let them go. The Jade Colts esteem us highly and will thank us if we scare some sense of the boys. Yeah, frightening them and letting them go seems to be a sensible path. The boys trembled at our wrath, and the people laughed heartily. Jade called emissaries showed up a few days later with gifts to thank us for correcting their errant youth, and with proper sternness. With another clan, they may not have been so lucky, their Elmel priest said. Okay. We're already exploring. We could stand to improve... Actually, you know what? Let's do a trading caravan. And... with the Tor Ashta. We're back from our trip to explore the north. Although we didn't run into anyone else, one of the explorers found a rock with several valuable gems in it, so we at least brought back 1 cow worth of wealth. Our caravan is back from Tor Ashte. The Tor Ashte traders were pleased to receive the first caravan we'd sent their way. Although I made a small profit, I could not convince them to set up a regular trade route. They said that uncouth raiders had little of what they wanted and charged too much for our horses. I think they were hoping we could trade some sort of unusual goods. Alright. It is tempting to try and sell some goods then. I think I'm still gonna keep exploring for a bit. Lampreys, eel-like fish with rasping sucker mouths, fall from the sky into your village, terrifying the people. Once they land, they lie on the ground gasping. Then your shamans realize what's happening. They're draining the life out of your sworn spirits. Already they've eaten the lion spirit. People find the flopping creatures and club them to death, but the damage is already done. Call on Elmal to erect a defense against lamprey rain, call stork spirits to be on guard and eat any lampreys they find in the sky, conduct a divination, and inspire the people to remain calm. No story that I know includes falling lampreys. Yuck! Ordinarily, lampreys are delicious when cooked in butter, but these are no ordinary lampreys. The people expect action, not words. As best as we can, we must ensure that this does not happen again, and I believe she's good at... yes, okay. Trolls favor insects over fishes, but this is a darkness attack to be sure. And they're spooking the horses. I think the stork spirits make sense. So, do your shamans perform a long and taxing version of the ritual? Yes. Our shamans drew the beast and sky runes on their drums. Stork spirits promised to scour the sky for any more lampreys and gobble up those that they found. I'm also a little curious about... I know they were saying that our spirits were being neglected, so they weren't doing as much, but I'm not 100% sure how I get them acting again. Anyways, I'm noticing quite a bit of wounded, so let's take a minute here and... where were we? Let's do... I healed 3 of our wounded. And we're in early storm season, so... just trying to think if there's anything else that we can do with... are we trading with Fordrum? I can never remember. We are. We don't seem to be talking with Greywing, though, so let's, in this case, I'm going to do a medium-sized one. We said we would attack the weeders about now. Let's launch the attack. And I guess it's Cherokee because we already sent my best warrior off. So who leads the raid, Cherokee? How many warriors do you send? I think we'll bring fled from our advance, leaving behind little of value. Alright, we're back from our trip to explore the northwest. We found the smooth green crystal as it weighed as much as the skin of Kumus. The priestesses say that it was part of an earth god whose name is now lost, slain by invading gods. It's too small to be called a treasure, but has slightly increased our clan magic. Oh god! Alright, there are 14 chariots with another 114 on foot. Luckily our patrols saw them in time. 18 swords, 93 of our bows. Alright, at this point we're going to kill as many as possible. Again, we'll skirmish to weed out their numbers because we've got a few elites, but tried to hold the Torashte off with arrows, but they managed to use the terrain to outflank us. I think we'll go for the cautious move here. Chericum topples Heston, the Torashta chieftain, from his chariot, badly wounding him. A cart decked out in the insignia of their healer god, Erilidar, rumbles towards him. Eridar is son of Irissa, but does not show proper respect to his mother, so your priestesses do not always respect him. The Wheel High Priest demands that Chericum withdraw so that the great and noble Heston should receive the healing that is due to him. How does Chericum respond? Attack the priest's guard and the priests too. Absolutely no quarter. He slew the priest and guardsmen alike. Heston succumbed to his wounds. The Wheel swore vengeance and came at us like hornets boiling from a nest. Both sides suffered in the clash, but we have more elites. So let's take some risks to win. Oh, that hurt. They charged wildly, swift chariots driving us back. They gained the upper hand, and Darrow said that he would have a hard time matching the enemy war leader. Let's try go for a clever fight. Nope. Chariots with blades and axles took a cruel toll on our forces, and we had to fall back. It was soon over. It was a bitter fight. Their combat magic shook up many of our warriors, and we were driven off the battlefield. The Torashte drove off with 23 cows, 24 horses. They stole 32 cows worth of loot. It would have been worse without our fortifications. Using healing magic, our auxiliaries saved 4 warriors from dying and patched up to... That's not good. A plague of burrowing rodents infests your pasture land. Several horses have broken their legs stepping into the holes that they dig. Your horse handlers fear worse losses if these rodents, called blacktails, are not somehow dealt with. So saving everyone's horses will enhance our reputation with many clans at once. Illyria, I have nothing to add. The blacktail problem affects only us. Diverting herders will cause a shorter-term problem than leaving blacktails to die off. Plus, their meat can be dried and eaten later. One spoke to a talking rodent. It did not have much to say. A mass ritual would be the most popular option. Mass ritual it is. Hey, Otters Hold Hands. I take it you're a fan of King of Dragon Pass, and you've been waiting for this game for ages. 6 ages, almost? I haven't actually played King of Dragon Pass, so I was delighted when Kitfox reached out to give me a key for this, because it is not for lack of trying. There seems to be some problem that I have that prevents me from being able to run King of Dragon Pass. I have been having a great time with this. I did not do well in the last combat, but it's been a good time. I actually feel kind of bad that I'm only doing 3 hours of it, because clearly it would be great to just have a big session to sort of see where the story goes. But yeah, this has been a great introduction. So we wasted much time discovering that blacktails affected only us. All right. We have horse stress because of black. All right, insufficient warriors. I mean, I do want to do... recruitment, but I need to deal more with healing at this point, I think. Although we're already healing. Oh god, yeah, okay. Let's try and trade with Greywing. Fortune in battle has not been good of late. We should ask for Elmal's protection blessing. First, we need to sacrifice for mysteries to learn it. What session are you in, or season am I in? I will answer that in just a quick second. My clan name's just the default one called Star Dancers. Our caravan is back from the Grey Wings. The Grey Wing traders were pleased to receive the first caravan we'd sent to them. We traded less than 2 weeks worth of food for 17 cows worth of goods. Okay, we're kind of back on track. All right, so we're now at the starting season. We have Spirit Indifference because we performed a taxing ritual. We have a lot of people suffering from wounds. Devote some of our magic to health rituals. Ritual magic will make it easier to ask Relendar and other gods to share some of their mysteries. Our standing with Raider clans is good, despite the fact that mockery is higher because we got our asses kicked. Often it's better to concentrate our magic in a few areas. Of course, all rituals are useful because we have members of each of the 7 families in the circle. We can have more clan magic and leave a few points in reserve. This can help boost all sorts of magic during the year, as we found out by running out. So, last year 26 babies were born. We initiated 15 children as adults. Clan has 53 fewer people, 50 fewer head of cattle, and 44 fewer horses than we did last Sacred Time. Our crafters produced 49 cows worth of goods. Our market made a profit of 26 cows worth of goods. Maintaining our shrines took 14 cows and goods worth 28 cows. The leaves of the oak trees fell off early, but nobody agreed what this signified. We are known for our rudeness, and Raven, Elmal's shadow, chased away much of our luck. On top of that, Ernost upset everyone by repeating guilty secrets out loud. And we are going to be finishing up for tonight. So here's a recap of a rather grim season, or well, not season, rather grim year. The Oracle said we should explore distant lands this year. We could no longer afford to maintain our shrine in Pella. Arrowstones wanted us to take part in a ritual against Granite Rain. We praised their efforts. Their emissaries thanked us, but clearly expected more. Our explorers found dead scouts from the Fireflower Can. The Fireflowers blamed us for their demise. We were raided by Northern Wheels. We drove the Northern Wheels off, and their survivors left without looting our land. Wheedlers offers us a magic pearl if we interceded with the 4 drums, who were mercilessly raiding them. We said no and decided to raid later. The Air Terame raided us. We were driven from the battlefield and looted. We caught 4 young huntsmen of the Jade Colt's poaching, but we put the fear of Elmal into them and let them go. The boys trembled at our wrath, and the people laughed heartily. Jade Colt emissaries showed up a few days later with gifts to thank us for correcting the errant youth with the proper sternness. With another clan, they may not have been so lucky, the Elmal priest said. Endarvius could not persuade Tor Ashday to create a new trading route. Lampreys fell from the sky and began to eat our spirits. They devoured the Lion spirit. We called on Stork spirits to guard against recurrences of this strange event. Our shamans drew the beast and sky runes on their drums. Stork spirits promised to scour the sky for any more lampreys and gobble up those that they found. We raided Wheedlers, but they fled from our advance, leaving behind little of value. The Tor Ashday raided us. Cherokym toppled their chieftain from his chariot, seriously wounding him. A cart full of healing priests asked for clemency. Cherokym attacked them. He slew the priest and guardsmen alike. Heston succumbed to his wounds. The wheels swore vengeance and came at us like hornets boiling from a nest. Both sides suffered in the clash. We were driven from the battlefield and plundered. Tunneling rodents called blacktails infested our lands, the holes they dug posing a hazard to horses. We sought to organize a mass ritual against them. We wasted much time discovering that blacktails affected only us. And Endarvius led a caravan to trade with the Grey Wings. And that is it for tonight. I'll hit the proceed. Oh, our caravan is back from the Grey Wings. They agreed to trade with us on a regular basis, and we made profit from the trip. So this is going to hopefully help us with our goods problem. Last year, we minded the omen that said we should explore. Zarelin is circled overhead, blessing our exploration. The Paral Un clan wheels, who revere the hawk, report an unusual journey to the God's War. They went behind the sky to find Yelm's brother, Dezatar, a mysterious god we know about but do not try to worship. He blessed them with a watchful hawk, a magical creature that will make it harder to launch surprise attacks against them. Okay, looks like we've got... Yikes. Okay, we'll at least have something to deal with before we sign out. Giant river monsters swarm across your lands, wounding and in one case killing your war. Is this the river people we were supposed to meet? They depart after a while, but your people remain distraught. Your shamans point out that the Weeder people who dwell on the nearby Black Eel River have been known to make deals with river monster spirits. You recall that you attacked the Weeders after they came to you for help. You don't have to care what the Weeders think of us. problem with fighting Weeders is not beating them, but finding them. Because I am in the circle, a spirit ritual will be strong. This is the only recourse we have, given the poor Weeders. By selecting me to join the circle, we boasted the strength of our Amal. If we tie one up for years, feed it alive without letting it chew. I'm just trying to think. It's tempting to call on the gods for aid, but it's also tempting to attack the Weeders. Yeah, we'll go for it. This time, I think... Oh god, we're so short. We'll just bring 6. Yeah, they fled from our advance. None of our warriors were hurt. We gained 5 cows worth of goods, mostly clay pots and polished shell jewelry. Our shaman said that it would be a while until they dared loose river monsters against us. Overflow from the Black Eel River leaves your barley fields flooded. Your crops will surely fail, and you will lose much of your foraged berries due to root loss. Your shamans point out the river dwellers known as Weeders might be to blame. They sometimes make deals with destructive water spirits. You recall that you recently attacked the Weeders after they came to you for help. No mercy! They fled from our advance. None of our warriors were hurt. We gained 1 cow worth of goods, mostly clay pots, and polished shell jewelry, which we had to dig from the mud. Our shaman said that it would be a while before they dared invoke river spirits against us. All right. Oh, I didn't even give credit here. So, we are done for tonight. I will try and find somebody who's streaming this game to host. I had a great time with this. Again, I have not played... I've not played... King of Dragon Pass, so this has been really neat to just sort of, like, see what this is like, see what the story was about. I am genuinely curious if you guys would like to see me continue streaming this sort of thing, because I think it works well for the people who enjoy, hearing me read stuff. But it's obviously it's very heavy on that, and I'm not 100% sure if this is what people want when they say that they like hearing me read. So I definitely intend to stream it again. I am close to declaring bankruptcy on my existing streaming obligations, though, so I'm going to be doing a new game on tomorrow, and it'll be probably a week before I can get back to this, but as long as you guys are happy seeing me stream it, I really want to get back to it. So anyways, let's give some credit where credit is due. Designed by David Dunham and Robin D. Laws. Producer David Dunham. Programming David Dunham. Art by Jan Popsill. By the way, apologies to everyone whose names I'm about to butcher. Michelle Lockmay, Demara Kamenecki, Simon Roy, Ellen Barkin, Enrico Bertozzi, Kate Glashin, Steve Lefkowitz, Sarah Otterstatter, Shell Khan, Jack T. Cole. User interface by Pat Ward. Writing and editing by Robin D. Laws, David Dunham. Script coding by Jeff Dougherty. Music and sound by Stan Lepard. Quality assurance, Lanya Kerr, Katie Bowditch, Zachary Klein, Jerry Pritchard. Maps by Pat Ward and Daria Maricava. Concept art, Marguerite, Debe, Jen Popsill, Darius T. Wileck, and Simon Roy. Guides by Jeff Doherty. Design consultants, Jeff Rifford and Greg Stafford. Windows and Mac OS, Jua Lampin. Actually, that's good to know, because I am definitely looking for more. I really want to show this off to some people on my laptop. Thanks to Elise Bowditch, Ken Rolson, and Jury Horniman, our friends, family, and playtesters. 6 Ages is a trademark of A Sharp. Glorantha is a trademark of Moon Design Publications and used with permission. Gloranthian materials copyright 2019 by A Sharp and Moon Design. Glorantha is a creation of Greg Stafford and Moon Design and used with their permission. Contact us at 6ages.com for more information on Glorantha. Go to glorantha.com. I also want to give a very special thank you to Kitfox for giving me a key to this game, and particularly Victoria for being It's very so. This is the same group that gave me that key for Fit for a King, and the specific reason why I did this, in addition to my interest in the game, is the fact that they are Victoria's been very, very nice to interact with by email, and that counts a lot because, like I said, I am really not looking for new things to play. But I really do want to get back to this. It seems like there's a lot to this game. So when we hit the play button there, it looked like there's some future DLC coming out. Obviously, if you want to buy this game, you can get it on Steam. If you want to get it on GOG, I believe I still have the link in my... Yep, there it is right there. I will also let you know if you want to play the game before it. I did just recently sign up with the Humble Partner Program, so I'm sorry to end with some advertising. I am actually going to be doing that while I try and see who's streaming this on Twitch. But it is worth mentioning, after some people requested, I did wind up getting a Humble kind of, I don't know what the right way to call it is, Humble affiliate thing. Nobody's playing Six Ages right now. That is a shame. Okay. I will find somebody to host then. I'm just going to need a minute to... Is anybody playing Fit for a King, I wonder? Anyways, one way or the other... If you want to buy the game that came before this, you can use that link there. Some of the revenue does go towards me. I see one of you has used it already. I did also want to take a minute when announcing it. There are a couple of links or a couple of bundles that I think are worthwhile, and I'm going to take a minute to draw to your attention. And I'm sorry to turn it into an advertising thing, but I am. One thing I've noticed is with the Epic link, it didn't. People do need reminders for using it. So, if you are looking for games, I am going to recommend the Humble Postmodern bundle because it has Catherine and the Stanley Parable in it. It has other ones as well. It's got everything. It's got Thomas Was Alone, a bunch of interesting games, but definitely Catherine and the Stanley Parable are two highlights that come out of that, both things that we played on stream. I also really like it when Humble does O'Reilly stuff, and the Linux and Unix bundle is a fairly decent one. I would say the $1 one will give you two particularly good books, Introducing Regular Expressions and Learning GNU Emacs. If you want to move up a little bit higher, there is a Bash Shell and a V learning books. Those aren't really big for me. I am considering on picking up the $15 tier for Mastering Regular Expressions, but honestly, if you do like computing stuff, Introducing Regular Expressions and Learning GNU Emacs those are two genuinely good O'Reilly books, and they are only $1. And whether you put that towards me or whether you just want to take advantage of a good deal, I leave that to you. Finally, one last one that I want to draw to your attention is the World of Darkness bundle. It's some extra books from kind of the old source material. I'm not a huge Vampire the Masquerade guy, but it is obviously owned by Paradox right now. So if you want it, stuff like Cairo by Night and I think like World of Darkness Hong Kong, World of Rage. So if you liked kind of old school Vampire the Masquerade, there are quite a few books in that bundle, and I figured that might be another one that you guys would enjoy. Anyways, that is my advertising out there. The most important one for you to follow is that Six Ages link to pick up this wonderful game. I'm not 100% sure when I'm going to be streaming it again. It will probably be a week, but I will do my best to announce it on Twitter when I'm ready to go. And as far as who I'm going to host this evening, it's going to be a little unexpected here, but I don't always get a chance to host Outworld, and he is currently doing Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. Outworld is a partnered caster, really friendly guy from Australia, and I love it when he does Red October. He's a huge Tom Clancy fan, so he does Ghost Recon, he does Splinter Cell, and his passion for those games really come across. So I'd love it if you guys would come along. I'm sorry it's not more Six Ages, but there's nobody streaming it at this hour, so I'm going to have to leave it at that. Thank you again to Kitfox Games for the game. And as far as I'm concerned, I will be coming back tomorrow. I'm going to try and do something new on the stream, something actually very new for me. But if it doesn't work, I'm still going to be doing something new. But I need to go to bed because it's almost midnight, and I need to make sure that I get enough sleep because I haven't been in the last couple of days. So have a lovely evening. Thank you for those of you who are using those affiliate links. Do consider picking up 6 Ages, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a good one.